What's up, peoples? This is our Blue Team 6 Democrats prayer meeting. And this, the Gospel Garbage Doofus Troopers, they drink blood, right? But this is grape juice, as in the grapevine, and the grapevine of truth. So yeah, this is what we drink to when we participate in our Blue Team 6 prayer meeting. This grape juice will go, the grape juice of truth, because of the grapevines, will go so far out throughout the world, throughout the end of time, and throughout the cosmos, and all the planets, and all the universes and galaxies, that we are the way, the truth, and the light. So, let me see. I think I'm gonna do a prayer. Dear Lord Jesus, Jesus evil Christ, please bless the bitch boy named Marcus Rogers over in Firehouse Church to see the truth of his stupid ways, because he's begging for money on YouTube, and all the pastors are starting to experience the same damn thing, which is shortages of donations. And the Gospel Garbage dumbasses will now see that Biden was correct when he says it's better to have a trickle-up economic system, because now these Gospel Garbage dumbasses are going broke because they caused a recession, depression, and Great Depression. And these dumb fucks are still on the side of Donald J. Trump, saying that Lord Jesus, evil Christ, wants this for the world. And I do not want this for myself, because they are stupid and going broke. And I would like to have money in my pocket, because I believe in the trickle-up economics that Biden put forth. Amen. Wow, prayer is like magic. I closed my eyes and I got like 2 likes and 7 people. That's amazing. D-Boy Santana. There you go. I was having trouble remembering your name a couple days ago. Adam the Ghost. He had came online. I was talking about like baby mama drama or some shit. And I was like, yo, the dude that drank with me, he took some Patron, and yeah, your name just popped up. What up, man? I was doing a prayer meeting, and the Christians, they drink the blood of Jesus, but I'm drinking grape juice, as in the grapevine of truth. So, cheers, my homie. This ain't got no liquor in it. I promise you, yo. I'm not gonna do that drunk man wandering off into the woods. So, it's just a little grape juice. Let's see, what else we got, yo? Donald Trump, no, Arizona iced tea. Yeah. Well, I used to know how to play spades. I forgot though. But I know how to play Texas Hold'em. That's my game, yo. You play poker? And tell your peoples, the crazy man on YouTube said what's up. Oh yeah, back to Arizona. Donald Trump, right? No, Arizona just said that Trump is a threat to their pricing, I guess, trademark, because they was famous for the 99 cents on the can. D-Boy Santana, his wife made green sweet potatoes, baked mac and cheese. Whose birthday was it? Because that ain't no cookout, yo. It gotta be like a get together. Y'all was eating good, yo. I had to make some black eyed peas and rice for my pops yesterday. It ain't come out too good. I gotta look up some recipes for that one. But yeah, so Arizona, they just said that Trump is threatening their 99-cent value trademark, or it's not a trademark, but it's iconic, right? When you see the 99 cent on the Arizona iced tea. But I also think they deserve a Nobel Peace Prize, yo, for holding down that price range throughout the whole crisis that we've been having. And it so happens that they got forced to bump up their price. Like I start seeing them by, they're going for 125 now, $1.25. But they kept that price locked in there for as long as possible. So Arizona, I like that green tea and the sweet tea. It's really good. Um, but this Trump thing, he's gonna attempt to short the market on their stocks. So what? Yeah, but in Philly it's 125 for the plastic bottle. I'm not sure for the can though. So it's, oh, you know what? On the some of the cans in some stores it does say 99 cent, but the store charges extra, which is weird. Chris, are you Chris Angel the magician? No, but I might meet him one day. So, yeah, Trump, he plans on shorting that, but there was something I started to notice. Even though we could neutralize Trump's big, like, jackpot machine of free money, which is the currency market, you could like triple your income like overnight. So when we neutralize that, he still has the capabilities to sabotage corporations by telling negative stories about them. I never looked at it like that. Shout out to Michael Snyder. He said, is that a white strip in your hair like Storm from X-Men? That's pretty sick." I'm going a little gray because I'm like about to hit my 40s next year, and yeah, you could feel it when you start hitting 40. Your body changes, man. That thing is brutal. So, uh, damn. Oh yeah. So Trump could still sabotage corporations, and oh, thanks, yo. Yeah, I don't know how it happened. Yeah, it just happened. But yeah, I'll start to run with that storm thing. I actually got a story about that. Um, Thank you so much. Be safe out there. The um the alien that came down had asked me. He was like, "Did you ever see the movie Terminator?" I was like, "Yeah, why?" And then he was like, "Did you ever see X-Men?" I was like, "Yeah, why?" So like when Michael Snyder asked me that question, it just reminded me of that incident with the alien. So, oh, I got great news. Um, it's about FEMA camps or FEMA cities. There's not camps. So when we evacuate, yo, you got jet skis. I never rode jet skis. I'm sure they fun. I've been canoeing. We went rafting. We did ghetto rafting though, cause like over there's a creek, and we went to Walmart to get a raft, an inflatable raft, and we used it for like a couple hours because it ended up getting a flat. So but it was fun. That was some good times. That was like 8th grade, back in like 2020. No, the year 2000 or 1999, something like that. Don't go over there, bro. That's where Diddy's at. Yeah, right. Diddy and his parties. Like, I'm like 50-50 with the Diddy thing though, because on one hand, if you got the money, you could have your damn freak offs. Like, it doesn't matter. But when it comes to like uh, violating people, then that's when the problem happens. So no matter, even if Diddy, even like society as a whole, beyond this Diddy trial, there's still going to be people with money having freak offs, and people without money having freak offs, and it's just a weird situation with Diddy. So, oh yeah, back to the FEMA. Um, so imagine yeah, so we on the same page. D-Boy Santana says, I don't think they should have charged him for being a freak, but domestic assault, yeah, but that's not the case of a RICO. Yeah, you're right, you're on point. So, we're about to do FEMA real quick. So imagine, all right, we're gonna use D-Boy Santana real quick. So I'm in, damn, it doesn't really work. All right, let's say I'm Pittsburgh, right? And D-Boy Santana is in Chicago, right? And he's coming over to Pittsburgh, I guess to deliver something, right? He's a delivery driver. So on his way, or throughout Pittsburgh, he might need to pull over and take a nap. Like a lot of people, business people, they go to like hotels, right? So these new hotels for New York, if we evacuate the entire island of New York, right? They're gonna end up in a place like this. But the hotels, they're gonna have those RV camps. And the really nice RVs are gonna be like, you know, the like 1 bedroom situation. And then you build like a cabin for like the presidential suite. And that's gonna be like the temporary hotel situation that we're gonna be setting up. So we could like keep on moving goods and transporting people and taking care of business and everything. So yeah, that's the good news about, yeah, hotels. So I've been on here 13 minutes. I gotta do like a couple other, I did not do that thing. No, I did. I did some research on the jobs, the list of jobs that's needed. I went to ChatGPT and I looked up the sectors, economic sectors of the Fortune 500 companies, and they gave me like an entire layout for all the sectors that makes the world go round, and that was my starting point. So next, I'm gonna have to check out the primary sectors that needs rapid response. So it'll be like healthcare, it'll be food, it'll be beverage, it'll be construction for schools, nursing homes, hotels, gas stations. And also, I got FEMA operations. Everybody that's under the FEMA operations, they have a priority authority over the law enforcement agencies. So basically, the news media needs to be filled with all of our operations, and all of the criminal complaints need to take a back seat. So I guess criminal trials, they're gonna like be in the media, but not as heavy. So you can report it, but right after that, you like keep this operation going. So we have a priority authority, FEMA, Federal Emergency Management Agencies. And when we establish an office for every single country that has a coastline, we're gonna like set up one global organization, kind of like the UN. And we're just gonna like meet up and share the data and any shortages, and also be on standby for natural disaster events outside of the melting ice caps. So it could be like an earthquake, a tornado, a fire, drought. Drought is a big one. And that's it. So yeah, I got one more thing to say about Pastor Bitch Boy Marcus Rogers and all of the prophets and the people that's receiving dreams, right? These people get on YouTube and it's like they're trying to bully you. They're saying, the Lord says in the Bible, this is prophetic, that many people will die. So then these people are blocking me from doing my rescue operations in order to make their prophecy happen. And I'm trying to figure out what kind of like liability those types of sermons or messages or uploads to YouTube will have. Is it criminal? Is it civil? And yeah, so I got to do some like investigation work. And yeah, that's all I got for this rant. 2 people left. I mean, 2 people still here. Any questions, comments before I go? Any questions, comments before I go? I got 2 people that came back in. Or they could be new, not sure. Alrighty, I'm wrapping it up. EJ Wiley signing out. Oh, where am I headed? Today, I'm not doing nothing. D-Boy Santana asked, where you headed? It's the same shit, different day for me. My house, my dad's house, my dad's house, park, do some research, do some data stuff, uploads. So yeah, I ain't on vacation. And when I do start, like when I set up like a office for rescue operations, I still don't have time to do a vacation. I gotta like do this setting up for all the countries for at least 3-4 years straight, 7 days a week. So after like 3-4 years, then I'm gonna like start like slowing it down. Coastal evacuations. So the ice caps, they're melting, and when they start to melt, if we lose like 2 to 3 miles of the coastal cities, we lose the seaports, and then the people down there start going crazy, and then slowly throughout the world, everybody die of starvation. Well, probably like billions. It'll probably be like 500 million survivors out of billions of people. And that's mainly the rich people with the money and the bunkers. And then they kidnap other people's kids and they rape them for like the next 300-400 years. So what's crazy is with Trump's new plane from Saudi Arabia, that's a big ass plane. And he wants that for his personal like plane. And like in my brain, well, the rescue operation started in 2017 with the time travelers. So they started notifying everybody, and you got to go to Apex TV to get like updated with those time travelers. So NOAA, he's the big one. He's the superstar of the show. And then Alexander Smith is another one. And let me see. Oh yeah, back to this Trump plane thing. Like, my thoughts on Trump, how it will play out if all of us die and he's like a main survivor. He'll be like, come this way for safety. This is my FEMA plane, and only kids are allowed, no adults. So that's my thoughts on how it will play out if Donald Trump is the hero of climate change agenda, which he denied. And yeah. So yeah, that's all I got. And you in Chicago. Huh. You got to do math. You got to calculate the time that it takes from to carry goods from all the seaports to your city. No, I was just giving you you're like in the worst spot possible, because you're going to be sitting still, right? And in Philly, we got a seaport in Philly, and it's like you're going to start looking at the chaos on the TV. That's if Trump doesn't hijack what is that? The media systems, right? So if he doesn't hijack it, you go on YouTube. I mean, if he does hijack it, you go on YouTube, and you're gonna see all the cities simultaneously going into chaos. And then while we are dying and fighting in a battle, you're like sitting there, just trying to hang on, wishing for goods to show up, and it's not gonna show up. So then eventually, you guys are gonna end up going through what we go through. So that's how it played out once already, when Trump had won his 2020 election, because the time traveler said Trump won the 2020 election. So they bumped him out, and they bumped him out of 2022. So now we have a Trump 2024, but it's actually a good situation. You and your wife have chickens, a garden, and everything here. I have a little, wow. I would keep that a secret. Like, people will like just flock your acres and just like pillage it. So I would stay off the internet. But at the same time, you don't have to worry about it because I fixed it. Like, there's not going to be chaos, so you're going to be good anyway. I got financial system stabilizers, so everybody's going to have money. So they're not going to just come and steal your stuff. They're going to pay for it. Let me see. What else we got? Oh, and I built like pathways to get goods in and out of the country. So it's on the other videos that I made over time. And yeah, I got like 1,000, no, I got 1,100 videos now. So yeah, y'all don't have to stress out anymore because it's all under control. So, I would need, heck, hang on one second, let me flip this around. D-Boy Santana says, what you think about the aliens coming? So, right now, over my neighborhood, there's like these rainbow UFOs, and they've been hovering for like 6 years. So that's one of them. Now, the other one is the one where we see in the movie Independence Day, where it's like they're coming to blow shit up and take over the planet. So this is the math of Noah, right? So this is 2030, right? and this is 2016 or 2017. So NOAA came back. I forgot which year, but I gotta like go back and look it up. But 2017, 2016, right? So he did a time jump. He was like, boom. So he ended up here and he was like, Trump will win 2020 elections. So this is 2018, 19, 20, right? So Trump is in the office in 2021. So they bumped him out because they changed the timeline. Hang on, I'm getting to it. I'm talking about aliens in general. So whatever group, you got a bunch of groups. You got Pleiadians, Anunnaki, the Greys, the Dracos, the Reptilians. So I'm about to show you something. So if Noah came back and said, yo, we need help, a lot of people are dying, you know, Florida is underwater, it got flooded, right? So if he came back here and told us that, and then in this area, right, if you are alien from another planet and you're hovering over the planet, right, why would you even waste your time attacking them when they're about to kill themselves off? So if the coastlines, right, get flooded and everybody go crazy, aliens, they don't have to waste their time over the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years trying to kill y'all, because I think some of Louisiana is going to be underwater. Not the entire one, but the entire state of Florida is underwater. Yeah, everywhere in the world, the whole world. It's not just America, it's the whole world. So back to the aliens on a general scope or whatever. So if they want the planet, right, they just have to wait a couple more years. So it'll be like 2033 to 2035. They just come down, they walk around all the cities. They see a lot of dead bodies and it stinks, and you got traffic jams because cars went crazy and it's blocking up all of the highways. And then they just like remove the shit and they take the planet. So it has nothing to do with aliens like are coming to like murder us, so to speak. So we are not like they are not like a national security threat for a president to declare them a threat. D-Boy Santana says, except Chicago, so you need to head to the Midwest. We're just gonna have hell of tornadoes. Yeah, I was worried about that because these FEMA things that I got set up with the hotels, they're not that strong against tornadoes. So there's gonna be casualties. But if there was like a brick and mortar situation and Trump didn't waste time, we could have built up specific regions and it would have been more stronger and stable. But we just gotta accept it. We gotta use that protocol they teach you when you become a EMT or a firefighter. It's called triage protocol. It's like you've rescued people that need rescuing, and then you let go the ones that couldn't make it. So your brain is like trained for that to a certain degree, but your soul and emotions might not be. But some people, they could tolerate it for whatever reason. Like I've seen EMTs get emotional while doing their job. So I've never gotten emotional. I don't know why. While I was an EMT. D-Boy Santana says he believes extraterrestrials are already here. Well, yeah, I had my encounter over there in the summer of 2016 before Trump became president. Uh, and one of the things was I was like, why the hell are they meeting with me? Like, shouldn't they meet with Trump? And then I was like, oh, so that's when I figured out Trump is a nobody. Like, he's nothing. So, Area 51 grosses me out now. Because before, back in the day when I played video games, people be like, trying to be like militant, right? In their imagination, they could either work for it or invade it, right? But now the shit is like gross after seeing Trump. Because a lot of them people, they could have been the ones that been putting Trump in the office, and Trump's a pedophile. They're fighting for Trump, and everybody could see it. And it's like now Area 51 looks like a, huh? Trump? The pedophile? Yeah. Yeah. I heard about that. Yeah. Well, they already went to jail. Trump ain't go to jail. Yeah, but this dude still has a group of people that got kids, other people's kids, in like secret places. He's a billionaire. He's white. He's GOP. GOP owned the slaves, right? Why not? Who started this country? Yeah. All right, quick question. Who is God? Is is money a God? But how do you pray to God to pay your bills and then they deliver the money? Like when you pray to God, right? Dear Lord Jesus, please help me get the money to pay my bills next month. Who is doing that? Jesus? Uh huh.
to a better area. The kids' rec center is beautiful.
Yeah, I know that. I've
Technology.
seen that before. Yeah.
So boom, and that goes even with us in this area. Like it's up to us to build this. We don't be taking care of our own neighborhood. So then you can't just sit there, and if you can't take care of your own neighborhood and then try to attack somebody that built $1 billion business, president 2 terms, kind of I get where people coming from, but you still have to see the leaps and the bounds that the man has taken to sustain. And been in the U.S. for over 20 years. Graduated from Penn.
You?
No, Trump. Graduated from Penn in Philly.
How did you learn all that about Trump?
He has a documentary. You could go watch it. You'll see how he built the stuff they talking about. He built and he scammed people out of money. I learned in business class. I went to school with my teacher. Went to school with Trump's son. Right? She was on Wall Street. She was a part of the reason the housing crashed in 2008. What they do is they package together things. They trade it on the stocks. The housing market crashed.
Hang on one second.
The stocks crashed.
I'm doing a live right now.
Okay.
So, do I have your permission to keep going and upload it?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So
Basically in business, 101, you create a business. I just sent this to a business owner who had a business with her boyfriend. They fell out. Now the business is shaky, right? So I sent her my boy who's an attorney, get him to formulate your business. It's a LLC, a limited liability company, meaning if my business go bankrupt, you can't come after my personal funds. So whatever money he paid for himself, whether he was the CEO, whatever, that's still his money. The business bankrupted and left the people unpaid. But if you watch the documentary, you'll see how he was working with the mobs. So basically, they was making money through concrete. Getting money 10 ways. Like, they getting money off of that and you know what I mean? So he beat criminals.
So, real quick, you said you went to business school and your professor is friends.
She went to William Penn. She went to Penn with Trump's son.
Which one?
One of them.
Oh, one of them.
But one of the sons she went to school with.
And what college is this?
I went to CCP. Community
She's
College
at
of Philly.
CCP right now?
She was teaching there. I don't know if she still is, but she came from Wall Street. Because she made a lot of money there. She explained how, and I got it. She's like, because Wall Street is cutthroat. So when I went to school first in Florida, my friend did an internship in New York, and I grew up with her in Texas in the church. So when she came back, her feedback was, New York is too cutthroat. I'm not going to Wall Street. So she got an MBA. She's doing well. Got married, nice home, and all that. Doing well for herself. But certain people know what's cutthroat and what's not. Some people are all on Wall Street right now and getting a lot of money. Money that we never, like, Wall Street money is like shit going, bro. And a lot of people don't know, like, business and the scope of it, even within our environment, right?
Okay.
Like, so in that business book, I read how they already know it's going to be crime in areas that's economically disadvantaged, right? So you got, like, at some point, start businesses, start jobs. The best jobs that should be started in black neighborhoods is nonprofits. Because with nonprofits, you go right, after a certain amount of years, you get school loan forgiveness, which might go away, might not. You gotta stay posted on that. But it's always loopholes. Business owners follow loopholes. Elon Musk paid $11 billion in taxes. I would love to have those problems. People can say he's evil. Have you paid $11 billion in taxes? Do you know what that would do for any city?
A lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of sometimes if you haven't done these things that these people have done at these astronomical levels, it's kind of hard to really talk down. You know what I'm saying? So you've been in them places. Like, I'm not saying Trump right or wrong, but to be like, I've been in criminal proceedings. To be facing that, he got the money to done, but there's so many people that go through that on a regular day basis that don't have that money. You know what I mean? But I'm pretty sure everybody's goal is to make money, whether they that's on them. They gonna get their karma.
All right, so if there was an army of doofus troopers, right? And the Democrats are doofus troopers, what are your thoughts on that one?
What's a stupid?
A stupid person.
I don't know what.
Like, what's so stupid about the Democrats?
They just let too much stuff go. Like, so for instance, Kensington. That's a Democratic policy to let people just shoot up legally. The Republicans, that shit, lock them up 10, 20 years. We not with that. We not with that. You just letting people shoot up. With how I look at Trump and when he put the tax on it, it's a luxury tax on drugs. Always been a thing of luxury tax. So let's say, for example, let's say we street, and you want drugs from me. I'll charge you however much I want, because you want what I got. So how I look at the tariffs is like, we know where the drugs coming from. Fentanyl is not being produced in America at the masses like that. That shit is being imported just like coke, just like everything that gets smuggled in through our borders. So you add a tax on it.
Okay.
Because they still making money. And they still gonna make money. They still gonna push it through freight. I work at UPS, bro. The shit come through the states, through the border. Like every crate I unload is a trailer, 5,300, half of a football field size of a trailer.
All right,
All of this stuff is made in China. And a lot of time I'm touching the box, I'm like, I know this coat. Like it's gonna come through.
All right, quick question. Did you ever do your DNA test? All right, so what percentage of black would you say that you are?
I'm 100% black.
100% black, right?
Black American.
All right, so is it true that your ancestors were slaves here?
They were. My grandmother's 94. She was
Okay.
born in 1931. We still have family land in Virginia. She teaches me about the family land. And I know, like, they couldn't vote. She told me when she couldn't go to Virginia Beach in the 60s.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying is from there is a wealth gap. So you got white families on Virginia Beach, entrepreneurs, tourist area, they making money where we couldn't go to those beaches.
Okay. So a group of white people did bring slaves here, right?
And it was already us here.
So is
It
that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a bad thing, because what really happened was you had Indians already here, right?
Yeah.
What they did was basically mix like the word black, nigga, all that derogatory stuff. It didn't matter if you was black or Indian. You was that. You know what I'm saying? So then we all mixed in. So you really like you can look at me. There's some type of Cherokee, some type of Indian, but in me it's still black. Because I know black can mean Indian, Cherokee, it can mean anything, as long as it ain't white. So that's how I even look at immigrants. Caribbean and African.
All right.
We all black. When a white person look at us, they don't know if you Indian, Caribbean, they think you black.
All right. So you said it was a bad thing to bring slaves, right? So now, when you go back when it first started, right? You had white people that was making money, right?
Slavery?
No, they was doing the labor work, right?
No, they wasn't even here. That's what I'm saying. When they started coming, they started trying to take over.
Hang on. Obviously, the money system came here. So we're going to talk about the money.
You're talking about after slavery. You're talking about the times I'm talking about in the 60s, where in 1990, 1920s, when companies like UPS was formed, Home Depot, Ford Motor.
I'm talking about way back.
You're talking about before that?
Yeah.
Slavery. But before that, they wasn't here working.
No, I said white people.
They wasn't here working before that, before slavery.
Well, the money system in Europe, right? When they came here, they had the money system, right?
I doubt it.
So then they set up.
I highly doubt it.
They set up the dollar, right? Because back then you had to buy slaves. So in Africa, they either kidnapped them and then they went and sold slaves, or they went there and kidnapped directly and just went on a mission.
Okay.
So when they set up the money, right? And When they started dying off and passing off the slave and the property and the business, they went through an estate, right, proceeding.
Yes, yes.
So
Exactly.
they transferred that money,
Yeah.
right?
Wealth transfer.
And then they transferred it again
Yeah, it's still transferring
and
to
again.
today. That's why the
And
wealth gap is where it's at today.
these people are the GOP, right? The Grand Old Party, right?
I wouldn't put them in a these people are the GOP type thing. I get what these people could be Democrat, they could be Republican. They could be on both sides. That's really where
The Grand Old Party,
I don't know what you mean by this.
Republicans.
That's what I'm saying. White people, the white people we talk about could be Democrat, they could be Republican. It ain't no real name on it. You know what I'm saying? Like all that. I don't believe in it.
All right,
I
so
believe in going with people that's making the best policies because regardless, the shit gonna be racist, whether it's a Democrat or Republican, whether it's Obama or it's Trump. The shit a lot of times is beyond our control. They gonna always do, but like I look at it as like what's really booming, like who's really making like strategic moves, right? Like for example, I was raised in Texas. We don't have a lot of Puerto Ricans and Dominicans.
how many years was you in Texas?
About 15.
Okay.
So-
And how old are you now?
I'm 36. I was around Mexicans growing up. Like I was raised around. They took in over Texas so much to where they built like white people hate that they had the jobs with. They really hate that. They rather just see a black person there, right? That's what I see it because I live there and I know and I talk to these white people. Like they come over to my neighbor house and just talk bad about Spanish people, right? Where I don't care where you're from as long as you immigrate properly. Like, as long as you come in cool. The illegal immigration, that's what I always got a problem with, right? So
Well, you're closer to the border, so I could understand
there's so much illegal.
your stress with immigrants on that one.
Nah, it's not even that it's. So I'll give you an example. I was driving, or I got a lift one day, and this guy was telling me how he from like El Salvador. His family paid like $30,000 for him to get over here. He came through Canada and then through New York, and he bought his Social Security card. Like he's driving me around on Lyft, and he's not like he could have kidnapped. I could have been gone right now, never talking to you. And his whole plan was to send the money back home and build a house. Showed me it and everything. Showed me his bank account. Showed me he was making like $1,500 a week. Boy was grinding. But like you illegal, bro. You're illegal. You're not paying taxes. So it strains the system, and that's all over the nation. I could go in any city. California, you see it's going crazy. Boston, whole lot of immigrants, whole lot of illegals. New York, any you give me any city. I lived in 4 different states, and I could find it. Here, Northeast, all in the Northeast, all immigrants.
All right.
And that's where our housing is. That's why we ain't got housing.
All right. So my assessment, right, is starting to see a pattern with a GOP political party, right? The Grand Old Party. Because when they came here, boom, the Native Americans got screwed over. The black people got screwed over, right? And now, when you look at the political system, right, and over, like throughout the 80s and the 90s, right, China, when you go to the store, you see all these goods from China on the store shelves, right?
Cheaper labor.
So they got Christmas presents, beautiful Christmas presents for Christmas. The white people, GOP. How is it that all of a sudden the entire country of China is their enemy now? When they did that
They're
for
not
them.
the enemy. What Trump has said is basically, y'all been to the terror. Like, it's business. It's like, whenever the terrorists went in place, if you go to any poppy store right now, they gonna tell you the shit is hot. They passing the cost to us, right? And all he's saying is the price has been unequivalent. You feel me? Less level set it out. Y'all making over hands over fist over stupid stuff. Like they taxing us on imports and stuff, but like it wasn't. It was more of like just open flow into U.S. Nah, add this tax to that.
But you did like a Trump move on me because I was trying to obtain your opinion for morality, like purposes, and then you just switched it.
Because you saying it like it's a hate for China. It's not a hate for China.
But
it's just like with Mexico.
What about the pattern? You don't see the pattern.
It's just, but have you seen the pattern with Mexico? They trying to kick Americans out, right? Have you seen that?
That's because Americans been threatening the whole world.
No, we tariff Mexico, we tariff China, so you can take the same approach and say that we hate Mexico, which is not true. We think it should be legal immigration. Wait your turn.
So,
China too.
What about international finance? Did you study that?
I wanted to be an international business major.
So, did you get the master's degree?
No.
And like a tariff is beneficial to economics?
Yeah.
All right. So back to the morality thing. How is it that you're unable to see the pattern as a black person of like wrongdoing towards another race?
Because what wrongdoings are you talking about? Tell me what wrongdoings, and then we can address it.
All right, so I'm gonna walk you through. Let's say if I was the perfect American, right?
Okay.
So China, right? It just happened. It's like damn near yesterday. Martin Luther King was damn near yesterday. The Rodney King was damn near yesterday, right? So all these gifts on these shelves for Christmas time, it's like right there. It's in my memory, right?
Saying it came from China.
Yeah, China did over the years when internationally, for international business, they started to develop, manufacturing agreements, right? To produce goods for the whole world, right? That was the sales pitch years ago, throughout the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, right? So China says...
we've been talking to make it back in the U.S., but like corporations are the ones that kind of took, like that's why I say like, same with the pedophiles. Like you have to look at what's local. If your corporations will take your job, why are we still spending money with them?
Hang on, 1 second, because we could go into the business part later, right?
Everything. Talk about morality.
Yeah, morality. So I'm gonna walk you down my perfect experience for Christmas time as an American, right? So over the years, I celebrated Christmas many times. We traded gifts. Boom, we got it from either Kmart or Sears or wherever else, right? So we used to use the layaway system, but all these things came from China. So now that we have like one of everything in our household, right? For the majority of Americans, right? We got TVs, cars, toys, whatever. We have to share it with the rest of the world, right? So this dream of trying to sabotage an entire network for global operations to build up new infrastructure, wouldn't it be faster if China kept doing their thing to provide for like 2 billion people, and then America provides for the other 2 billion people? That way everybody's out of poverty, because it takes a long time to produce all those goods. And wouldn't that be a win-win?
It's hard for us to produce goods in America for the cost. That's why a lot of it gets produced in China. But the goods that get produced in China, let's say like this cell phone, right? Let's say if it was made in China. When at the end of life, where does it go?
Trash.
Should this be in the trash?
Do
you know what's in it?
When it breaks?
Do you know what's in it?
Chips.
Hazardous material. So you got chips that will then leak into our waterways and then cause toxins to us. That should be taxed alone. Who recycles it? You make it, or but you don't have no way to recycle. I used to recycle out here in Northeast. That's what my warehouse did. The lady started in her basement in Chicago and built it into a big business. China would come back and rebuy our plastic, and they were so much good connoisseurs that they could look and smell the plastic and know if it's good plastic.
Damn. That's some skills, man.
They use it to remanufacture, to go back and make cheaper products.
All right.
However, that's the products you sent over here that we recycle. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now we're responsible for the disposal of a lot of hazardous electronics. Anything with a cord on it, anything with a battery in it.
Yeah.
It's hazardous electronics, bro. And I was working with the DEP, the EPA, all government agencies, OSHA, all underfunded agencies, regulatory agencies that we put in place to protect Americans' health and workforce. They are underfunded, bro. That's been underfunded.
All right.
And
So
Democrats or Republicans is touching on that, but it gets touched in stuff like tariffs. Like, all right, we're gonna ship this stuff over here. Part of that, I bet you, if you look, if it was a breakdown of the tariff, it'll have a recycling portion in there because we was underfunded to recycle this shit. I breathe in for like 3-4 years hazardous materials that they're making in China and shipping here. That's what I did for work, bro. I put my life on the line, and not even as a soldier. So if I was an American soldier, whoever the president is your chief in command, and you take order from them. Just like God, man, woman, child, it's a chain of command, and it's the law of the land, and it's something you just go with. You know, you can fight against and not be a part of those systems. Most people is on government tax payroll, whether local government, state government, or federal government. Most people ain't saying nothing because they getting paid by the government. Even if they getting a social security check and not going to work, that's a government check.
yeah.
So a lot of Americans ain't really talking the talk and being about what they're being about, because when other countries say we lazy, they right. What are we doing?
Yeah.
And that's where I'm saying, all right, I can see right now actually some actions in place. When I talk to dudes, I don't want no trend, my son in pageant with no trend. Some people don't want certain things. Other countries is way worse. Go get caught with certain stuff in Saudi Arabia, they gonna chop your head off, hang you in certain countries. So it's like, we are a coddled country, but we still have knowledge, we still have wealth, we still have generational wealth, we still have resources, we still have infrastructure. If it's not the best, we still have it. I understand there's other countries that we came from that we need to really be rebuilding ourselves and not even focusing on their government, because we know the African government a lot of times is corrupt. I just had a Jamaican joint I'm talking to. She's scared to go back home because of the violence and corruption. At least we ain't got to worry about corruption at that level here. So we are blessed in America, and that's why everybody want to fucking come here, because other places are corrupt, bro. And you're on the island. Where you gonna go?
All right. You said everybody wants to come here, right? In the event we figured out a magical way to make all the money the same value, right? In all the countries, do you think everybody will still want to come here?
No. But that, when you ask me did I like international business, I watched the International News Channel one day, and I already knew this. He asked him, he said, do you think China will ever catch up with America? And the white man laughed. A crazy giggle, a devilish giggle, because the answer is no. Our dollar is so strong, whatever country is buzzing, look at it like the stock market, we can invest. So then we still reaped off of that. That's what generational wealth does.
How do you know the dollar is so strong?
It is. I send money to other countries, it's strong. You take your dollar in.
So what makes it weak?
What makes what? The other money weak?
The dollar weak.
Other countries strengthening their import-export is business. It's like, is they making money over there? Are they being fruitful? Are they driving down poverty? Like places like, I think China drove down poverty in like a number of 10 years. Like, it's doing some weird shit. It still shifts like ultra rich versus poor, but like absolute homelessness like they were trying to eradicate the places like that, right? That's great because at some point somebody is at the base level and they still have the base level infrastructure versus other countries that don't even have the infrastructure. So it's always going to be like you can't level out the whole world because the leveling out the world based off of education. We have the best universities. Kids come to our universities. Our universities are in other countries. You can go to Penn, probably in China. They probably have a Penn location. I'm telling you. Rutgers, China.
All right.
Paris.
All right. So you said you're black, right?
Yeah.
100%, right? Now, let's say in my pocket, right? I work for the government, and I was like, oh shit. Well, what's your nickname? Ray Ray. So I'm like, oh shit, Ray Ray. This is a paper that says you are the royal heir to a country in Africa, right? And damn, that might not work. So, well, what I'm trying to say is, it's like you provided a country with like happiness and joy, right?
Right. Okay.
And you helped them out. That's a joint partnership. And then all of a sudden, well, with the first black president, it was still a joint partnership, right? So Obama was still friends with China. He made a couple trips. So did Janet Yellen. And there's
raping them.
Huh?
They was raping them.
Raping who?
Obama.
China?
Listen, if you're winning,
Yeah.
all right. You rent or own in Philly?
Rent.
Okay. You're probably getting raped. You know why?
What?
Most landlords here don't have the proper certification to actually collect rent. Do your research. Do your research. Type in your property. Go to Atlas Philly. It's a government website where you can type in the property and see if they have a rental license. I want to be a landlord one day. I want to make billions. I want to be able to say I paid $11 billion in tax. So boom, I'm doing my due diligence one day. I'm like, all right, I do if I want to get somewhere, I find it and then I map the way there, right? So I'm trying to map the way there, and I'm like, you know what? Let me check up. Do my landlord got his? He ain't got his. Then you look at the law. A landlord cannot collect rent without this. And then you realize how many landlords is in Philly. And how many people is getting raped every day. And yeah, they probably friends with you because as soon as you hand it over the check, they happy. I'll be happy too. And that's in the Bible too. Business is business. You set an agreement, you agreed to pay me, you pay me. But by law, you're getting raped. So now you say, all right, I ain't want to get raped no more. Of course, they panties in the bunch. It's like when you catch a kid with the kid in the candy jar. Yeah, they mad. They still want that cookie up.
Yeah. All right. So, have you ever been in a position in America where you were discriminated against by white people?
I'm a black man, bro. What the fuck kind of question is that? Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, if China feels certain emotions like you, like betrayal, right?
Right.
Are they still your enemy?
Not necessarily. They might look at it as, and that's where I think their emotions is tied to it because it's money tied to it. They mad they getting tariffed. They mad that extra money is not going into their pocket and they're not being subsidized because they're at a point where they are gaining traction. Why do you continue? At some point, you have to teach people self-sustainability, self-sufficiency. Anytime I look up information on how to rebuild a country, I always look for how do we create stability and self-sufficiency and look at what those areas need. And a lot of times it's education. That's like number one. That's why I said until every country is level set with a certain education, it'll never be equal money because the more educated is when we have access to more money. When people from African countries come over here, a lot of times they still have to go to get more degrees because their degree don't hold that weight. And so it's going to be off of educational value. So that's why education is important. And the education really could be anything, because now people want to be so corporate 9 to 5. When in poor countries, they need infrastructure skills. So the education should be on building infrastructure, agriculture, feeding, and keeping away from modern times. The world going, hurricanes will come. But if you ain't got FEMA like us and proper measures in place, then people gonna suffer more and go. It's a landslide. Now they going back in time and having to rebuild that. Like that's hard work, bro. Work smarter, not harder. Yeah. And as Black Americans, we could definitely work smarter, not harder. Fuck the government. We could build our own within our city. You know what I thought about today, right?
What?
Now you got authorities, enforcement agencies. We need a road enforcement agency created by Black people in this Philadelphia neighborhood, so we can go through every street, and when we find a pothole, we document it and send that shit to the city of Philadelphia and get them to pay for this shit, because we gonna fine them for it first. Fix it.
They got a number to call for that.
Fuck a number. Are they being enforced? You know they going around now, if your yard, like, grass is uncut, they finding you $300.
Yeah, I got one.
But you can go to plenty areas in Philly, and it looks a mess. Who is finding them? That would be the same, that reaction we'll get from them is how China
I did notice that bizarre situation when I got it. It was like,
bro, it's not bizarre. They're raping the citizens. The citizens of Philly. This is what I made an analogy to the other day. You know, when you hear Nigeria, what do you think of?
them commercials about poor Black people starving.
I hear, what good things do you know about Nigeria? What do come to your mind? What come to my mind? Bad. Let's add to that scammers, right? Scammers and poor people. But the good things is like doctors, that their parents tell them, yo, you going into law, you want to be a doctor, education, and family values. Philly is supposed to be a place where they say that's the brightest Black kids come out of Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Our schools should be award winning. All of these little motherfuckers. These kids should be the brightest, and then they should be dispersing around the four corners of Asia, Africa, Europe, bringing their education to rebuild those places and to be productive and to send that money home and to bring other citizens there, because that's all other countries are doing. If you haven't noticed, they're not scared to pick up, come to America and figure this shit out. And we come from the places where we have access to the best education, the best resources, and we can do the same thing on the reverse. We don't think as a unit, as Black people, and we're letting politicians just, they're our youth, bro. If you look at the schools, you look at the youth, you can all see it's getting worse. Education is the most valuable thing that Philadelphia has for the youth, that the youth need to take advantage. Fuck the newest shoes and go to school, motherfucking, with whatever you got on, and excel. And once that happens, then that's when now Philly's a fucking leader, not a follower. So now you see cities like New York, DC catching on. Oh, them Philly boys think they smart. They is.
Yeah, I'm from Philly.
I'm
smart as shit.
That's what we supposed to be saying.
Yeah.
That's what we supposed to be in Nigeria. We supposed to be out in Ghana on vacation. We don't even gotta go to France and Asia where we're not wanted. Go to where, bro, I don't feel like I feel any discrimination. I might get corrupted. You know what I mean? Like, that's highly known that it happens in Africa, right? So you might face that. But the discrimination we getting because we American. But we really not. We Black. We getting discrimination hit.
All right, let me ask you something. You ever heard of Kunta Kinte?
Yeah.
You seen the movie?
Nah, I ain't see that shit.
So there's this famous line and scene where it's like a white man with a whip, right? He says, "What's your name, boy?" He says, "Kunta." But they wanted him to say Toby or some shit, right? That's their name that they gave him. So he kept saying Kunta. And then they just kept beating him, right? These are white people. So them same white people use the same Bible with Jesus to say, "Dear Lord Jesus, can I have a slave for Christmas?" And they got a slave for Christmas.
But, and that's fine and dandy, and I get what you're saying. But you have to understand. See, this is where I hate, because I'm a Christian, and this is where you just can't mix it up, and you gotta go for deeper understanding, bro. Like,
That's not deep understanding what I just said?
because it is, but it's not. It's like,
What if it's the truth?
it is, but no weapon formed against us is gonna prosper, bro. So even if it's the truth, right? Like, I've been locked up before, have you?
Yeah.
All right, boom. That shit is the closest thing to slavery right now. Right? So boom, we still make it through that shit to see another day, live another day. Like like God is with us through all them times, bro. I was putting people on the Bible in jail, talking to my celly, bro. Like, yo, listen to this, helping them understand it.
So if Jesus, right, when you go to all the supermarkets right now, you see like this white-faced Jesus with a cross, right?
It depends there. Yeah.
Wouldn't you say that your Lord and Savior is Kunta Kinte, Christ?
I don't know how that you just spent that, but no. Because like, all right. So
Why can't Kunta Kinte, Christ, be your Savior?
who is Kente Christ? Is that
Who is Jesus? A man
Bible.
that went through misery, right?
in the Bible, right? Yeah. So you
Kunta
said,
Kinte Christ
Kunta
went
Kinte
through
would've been-
misery,
right?
right?
And that's why we could be looked at as Jesus too, bro. What is our mission, right? To be Jesus like.
As
So
a
we
black
will
man,
look as anything.
as a black man,
Even as white
right?
people go through shit, bro.
I'm gonna answer your question. You said, damn, what the hell?
What is our mission in life?
Yeah, the black person's mission in life. And your mission as a black group is to fulfill that prophecy of the great falling away. Because you're not going to be worshiping that white man Jesus if you worship in Kunta. You see what I'm saying?
No, I don't. Because
Didn't Jesus say
Kunta was-
there's going to be a
Kunta
great
was
falling
still
away?
Right, right?
Huh?
Kunta in that scenario was still right. So it's not like
Kunta is right.
that's like our brother. That's like our brother, bro. Like if we was locked up. Bro.
Kunta Kinte,
In this example, how you're explaining, you said he got whipped by white people, right?
yeah.
So they said the nigga is saying, yo, my name is Kunta. Like, what do you mean? Like, they try to beat him into something. That's what they try to do to us a lot in the world. Is beat certain things into us, right?
That's
But you're
a
thinking
nice
about-
answer right there.
But you're thinking about beating in just the religion, bro, and that's where you're crossing it. Like, no, the bad happens in the world. That's in the Bible. Like, we know that, right? But if we go through that, just like Kunta, like Kunta got beat, we still get beaten, bro. That's what I'm saying. People get beat by their landlords right now. Where's my rent? Bitch, you ain't even supposed to be doing this for real, off that strength, right? And so, when you are Jesus-like, when you are seeking the truth, you would find those answers and understand that, right? But instead, you might fall victim to the slave, which could be any of us. But the ones who see truth start figuring it out. I ain't been locked up since. You start like I said, reading the law, bro. They put the shit in our face. They didn't want us to read the Bible. We read it. They don't want us to read a lot more shit than just the Bible, bro. The shit is written. Policies. We could change a lot of this Philly shit right now with policies. Like I said, we should be able to go form some type of authority to then find the city. The fuck, like, where are y'all overseers? Isn't that a part of where's the checks and balances, right? So if that group isn't in there, can we not go to City Hall and ask for that type of amendment and some type of rule that we can then enforce? Like, if y'all could give us a ticket, why can't we get y'all a ticket?
That's different. I would like maybe like a tax break. Because
It ain't going.
giving a city a ticket is just like weird.
It is weird, but
Unless it's a federal agency.
and that's what I'm saying. Why can't we have that? Why isn't it? I always like when the Elon Musk tax, all this shit came up, or the city of Philadelphia. These motherfuckers, I know they fucking the money up. I know they are. They about to close schools, if you ever heard. They about to merge schools in Philly. So they're going to close and merge, which is going to mean more fights. Because kids from different areas going to now. So what happens is all the gentrification, all the immigrants, they're putting their kids into charter schools. The schools don't. One school, she said, they could fill 800 students, got 200.
You got kids?
No.
Okay.
While the other one bouncing out the scene. So it's like, bro, if I had kids, I'm going to pay money to put them in the school district where they ain't got to worry about this kind of shit. Some people don't think that far. They just, boom, have a kid. Now the kid is stuck in this dumbass school district. Because that's what it is. It's instead of being fucking excellent education where I can stick my kid in the school district and I'm confident that this motherfucker, just like the Asians, to come over here and go to Asia and speak Chinese and Mandarin and do business. Just, yo, bro, they playing with us in our fucking faces, bro. We supposed to be the smartest, creative motherfuckers that are resourceful, because when the shit hit the fan and the white people broke and the shit, if the dollar ever do crash, we know how to make it off of nothing. Do y'all? No.
All right, so you're 36, right?
Yeah.
I'm 39.
Okay.
When I was in 6th grade, you was in 3rd grade, right? So,
I was in Texas. I met my best friend.
Yeah. So when you was in Texas, did you do that multicultural thing in the elementary school where they bring like, it's like you go out in a schoolyard and they got like different cultures and then different books and stuff?
I mean, by that time, I was already taught Spanish. I already had a Spanish class.
But they didn't do that in the school down there?
Not really. Because it's not really multicultural. Like, my school, predominantly black. I knew one Muslim girl.
Yeah.
That's actually from Palestine.
In elementary school?
In elementary school. I'm still friends with her today. She's an epidemiologist, so however you say that word. She's one of those. Still in Texas. So, yeah, like, and she was the smartest girl in my class. I learned to learn from her in 3rd grade because she kept getting A's. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is you doing?
I did that same shit.
She was like, I just studied the night before. I do all my work before, so when I come here, I can focus on the lesson at hand. Cool. And I've been doing that ever since.
Yeah. A close friend of mine, he's Asian, and they always used to say Asians are good at math. Yo, this dude, he went to college for like to be a mathematician, and he's like a bridge engineer or something like that. Okay. He works on bridges. He builds them up.
Nice.
So I did the same thing. What you did to that Muslim girl, I did that shit to my homeboy. Yeah. And he was the nerd in the class. So I was always competing with him, trying to be smart like him. Yeah. So I did the same shit.
The thing was, I never competed with him. That's one difference. Competition is business, right?
Yeah.
That's one thing I learned in business. Competition is that. But competition actually, I don't think is healthy. Because now you can see it happening in relationships between coworkers. And it's kind of like with competition, kind of breeds some jealousy. Where you might be mentally, emotionally mature enough to handle the jealousy, but others really can't handle that competition. So I built myself on, I let it learn her study habits, but I never competed with her. I had my own standards. So by like I said, my grandfather was a civil engineer at the Navy Yard. So he basically was the Asian bull ahead of time in the 60s. Like my grandpa I dropped the guy at the Navy Yard this morning, and he's like, bro, when I started here 7 years ago, it was like I was 1 out of 10 black men. Now it's more of us, but we wasn't down there. And I know that. Like when I think to history, I was raised with my grandmother. She was a retired school district teacher in Philly. She taught out here for 30-some years and retired. Been retired my whole life, right? My grandfather retired from the Navy as a civil engineer. Big money. He $100,000 before $100,000 was $100,000. feel me? So where my best friend dad was working at the Navy Yard as a welder, like, you know what I mean, tradesman. You feel me? So like that's the black men that was building up Philly, right? My grandfather was telling me I was taking 18, 20-hour class credit hours a semester in college. Like smart man, you feel me? Go above me. He also told me when they tried to send him to Vietnam, he cried. So I can understand what the fuck he was going through. All that shit.
Yeah.
But black excellence should be the name of Philly, bro. And it's crazy because people come from the other countries. My homegirl that's from the island, her parents tell them, don't mess with black Americans. Because we don't take education seriously. We don't take family seriously. Like, that's what the embassies in different countries are telling these people before they even come over here, bro. I'm telling you, it's chess, not checkers. And they playing chess, and they've been playing chess, bro. Even after slavery, even after the civil rights, it's still the Willie Lynch book. Have you read Allow Me to Retort? A book about the Constitution from a black man's perspective. Read that book, great book. You feel me? Like, we know what's going on, but it's like, bro, you see what I would love for Philly to be? I haven't even heard Sherelle Parker talk about Philly having the best education. She talk about the cleanest and greenest city. Bitch, what about education? Go check the city website about black men. You're not going to see nothing, bro. But when the white man was in the office, he had a center of male engagement geared towards black men, bro. The page is still up there. No updates from Sherelle Parker on black men, bro. You gotta watch what's going on, bro. Shit, chess not checking, bro. And we losing our heritage, and they putting it right in front of our faces, bro.
Yo, they got this organization. It's called Heritage Foundation. It's mainly like white people, but it's in Chicago. Where is the black version of Heritage Foundation? Or like, is that the Black Panthers?
Oh, no, that's a good question. I mean, the Black Panthers was like kind of stopped. Like every black movement that got big, bro, got stopped. You know that. You know that. And that's why when you talk to the elders, they don't want to go to mental health. It's hard to bridge the gap between our older generation and us. They don't want to get mental health. He's selling their properties. It's like a double sword of bullshit going right out the window where, like, I'm telling you, talk to any African over here in America, they ain't selling their property, passing it down to their kids, and they telling their kids to keep it, and they expect for them to do it. So, like, with us, we're not even having conversations. Like you said, the states, I used to work, my first internship out of college, I worked in the surrogate's court, so we probated wills. So we had Walt Whitman will on file. I was looking at wills, bro. I was looking at these white people pass down wealth. I was looking at a white lady that was born in 1920. By 1940, she had stocks in Ford Motor Company, GE Electric, you know, all the big names at the beginning, right? Probably slave money, right? Boom. By the time she passes that down, and I'm looking at this will, she's passing down millions off of stock that she bought in the 20s and settled. So wealth is built upon multiple generations, or sitting on it for, that was 2010 when I'm looking at this will, and like 100 years from past. So like, that's the amount of time it takes to pass on wealth. We got it passed in trinkets, and most of us sold it, bro. Everybody know that's like the token in the black community is like, oh, don't sell grandma house, but everybody was doing it. Yeah. You gotta keep the wealth, maintain the wealth, rebuild the wealth. You know, make the policies. Like, this would be nothing but little gardens and everything. They tried, you know what I mean? That's low budget.
Yeah, low
like,
budget.
Where the kids at? Put them to work.
Well, that was a kid's project.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Put the kids to work. It's more project, like, it's not just a one and done. A democratic approach to me is one and done.
Sometimes, like, the guys that work in here, they clean it out, and then the kids they'll plant something for the summer or the spring. So,
So it's a garden.
it's a little project. It's like, I guess, gardening projects they do with the kids.
Yeah. My homegirl doing that now over Africa. I connected with her, and she was a part of this program, Green Youth or something. And that's what they did. It was the largest business. Like they basically turned like the whole side, and they had the kids involved, and that's what they want to do to increase the agriculture there. And to be honest, it's crazy because, bro, agriculture is where it's at, bro. Like we in a concrete jungle, it's hard to get agriculture in the.
They had child support issues in Texas.
That's nationwide, bro.
Okay.
Everybody in the nation is going through child support issues, bro. Like there's some dudes I work with at UPS who don't see their checks because it's going to child support, bro. Child support will lock you up. They make it hard for you to get a mortgage because your debt to income ratio is going to be thrown off.
Yeah.
Like my debt to income ratio right now is like 25. They'd be like, oh, you good. Boom. If I threw a $500 child support payment on top of that, it's going to have me looking bad. And so that put me out the running for a mortgage. So it's like, it's an obstacle in so many forms of fashion. And that don't have no color. That don't have no color. Everybody get on child support, man. Is going to be more prevalent in the communities where there's less families, though. Well, let me get out of here, man.
Yeah, this was a nice chat, yo.
we definitely, and that's the thing. Like a lot of times people could, maybe talk, maybe have disagreement, but it really be a conversation, seeing different points, perspectives. Like you older than me, so you really see things from a different perspective too. Like a little 4 years, it counts sometimes. So like,
Eminem got 10 years on me.
Who?
Eminem.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If I'm 39, he's 49.
Wow.
Cause back in the day when I was in high school, I thought he was like our age.
Right.
And I'm like, yo, this motherfucker. That's why he's so smart. He got 10 years on me. Cause the shit he be saying, it's like
10 years ahead.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah, man. But yeah, keep doing your thing, man. All I say is we definitely gotta take, I think, more, because to say this party or that party, I'm telling you, bro, that's the smoke screen, bro. That's the spin around. Like, I was in corporate America, bro. You could talk to your managers. They're gonna spin you on a lot of topics, right? But it's fucked up. It's like, and shit ain't gonna get you nowhere, bro. You gonna be still sitting there, like, instead of like focusing. Where we got the strengths, the resources.
I came up with a technique for like the hiring process, because like this hiring shit is like so complicated. So let's say it's like 10 of us, right? That we got like pretty damn good resumes.
Okay.
The new protocol for my company that I'm gonna set up, but other companies, they do whatever they want, is I'm gonna collect 10 of them, right? I'm gonna put it in a lottery ball machine,
Okay.
like shake that shit up and just pick it, and let
Oh,
fate,
you funny as
yeah,
hell.
let fate do it. That way, it protects me from like being sued against discrimination. So,
Do you know? All right. Well, company-wise, how big do you want to grow?
I'm going global.
All right, boom. So once, and this might have changed with Trump. He might have pulled shit like this out of this. But when I studied HR, there's certain levels that you have to actually like gauge, right? Like you do have to employ a certain amount of this or that and this and that, and like make it make sense.
Yeah, the
right?
civil. There's like a civil rights situation.
Right.
So let's say we in a black and white country, right?
Right.
So I would have to like develop my own formula because this is new. So it would be like 3 black applications, 3 white applications, and the rest is just like whoever else fits the script.
Right.
So if I'm doing 10, it's like 4 random like people, like Asian.
But what if you get all black?
Then that's
You
just
run into a problem.
maybe. No.
At a certain level, because I said it's
No.
only, I think it's only over
Let
200.
no. Let's say if I put the statement like, I need a master's degree, right?
Okay.
So like
Everybody got that.
a bunch of hang on. A bunch of people just came in and just said, yeah, they got it. And then all of a sudden, all the black people are the only ones that have it, and none of the white peoples. For that hiring cycle, I'm still protected because it's those 10 black people, the lottery system, and I still got my position filled. Because there was fraud within the applications or something, like if they don't have the master's degree. So, I mean, I doubt it will be like the numbers, the game of chance in America for a situation like if it's all just black people and, you know, like I'm only picking that, it's not going to happen. It's impossible.
Hey, yo, you funny as hell. Hey,
Yeah. Well, it's impossible.
Statistically, yo, that's
No,
funny as shit.
because if I put out like an ad on Craigslist,
You know ain't all black people going to apply. Right? I get what you said.
yeah, if I put out an
It's
ad,
less likely that black people going to apply. Now, honestly.
no, like everybody hungry for that money.
True.
So,
Yeah, you're right.
so if I put out an ad on Craigslist, right? E-money hiring for this position. I'm scrolling through the first 100 people. I'm gonna get white, Asian, black.
You
yeah.
you're right.
So the number, yeah, in America, in China, that's your story that you're trying to tell because
I
it's
get
all
what you're
Chinese.
saying.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
huh?
That's lit. That's a good little lottery system. I like that. You got LinkedIn?
LinkedIn, I had it. I don't use it. My real estate portfolio,
You do real estate?
I did, but not no more. Yeah. So
Oh, so you had your real estate on
I started it because you know how you got to build it up and fill out all of that. So I think it's the LinkedIn is linked to my real estate, but I don't do real estate. So I gotta like upgrade
You
it.
gotta make a LinkedIn, man. It's so lit. And that's where I've been connected with people all over the world. And it's professional. You know?
Yeah. Well, I do YouTube.
Okay. Gotcha.
So, well, I'll let you do your talking because, I mean, that's
Let me follow you there. I got, you know what I mean?
it's just type in emergency money technician.
Okay. Got you.
But I also did want to follow you because based on this conversation, it was really enlightening. And when my shit blows up, I'm gonna have a little gift for you.
Hey, just bring me back on. Like,
Yeah,
so we can
that's
talk more.
that's what I'm talking about.
Got you.
So, yeah, I was gonna ask for your YouTube because right now I only use YouTube mainly.
Got you. Can't find it. Hold on. Let's pull that interview question. Emergency money technician?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess it's a disclaimer. I am not a Trump supporter,
Okay.
and I saw from his very first day in his first term the damages he was doing, and it was catastrophic. So the reason why me and you are capable of chilling in this park right now is because I neutralized the damages he was doing, and the way I did it was I manipulated the investor sentiment. So you know what that is, right? Look into, it's called economic indicators.
Okay.
So they basically publish it every week, right? For all the countries. So in those publications, it's like when you go to the hospital and they doing that EKG machine on you, checking your heart and your pulse and all of that, those numbers are basically the same concept as these publications, right?
Okay.
So there was a bunch of people on YouTube they are mainly white, they are mainly religious, and they are mainly doom and gloom. And they kept saying the world is coming to an end, the world is coming to an end. But then I was like, yo, this is too dangerous. So I started saying, I'm fixing the whole world. We're going to turn Russia into a winter wonderland for all the Africans. So while Russia is destroying their economy, investors and the investor sentiment is investing heavy in Russia, and their GDP went up because when Putin went to war, it should have went down. So Putin thought like, oh, I went to war, my GDP is great. I fucking fixed that shit. So uh, I was like putting out a bunch of ideas over the years for all the different countries. And when you do that, what happens is people will be like, okay, we could sell one thing in one country, and then if we do it again, we'll have growth. So people started adjusting their stock portfolio, and the people on my team, their portfolio was going with the words that I said. I was like, it's going to go, the stock market is going to go up if Biden gets in, it goes down if Trump gets in, and then I just fixed it because it started going down when Trump got in. So it went up with Biden, so my people made money because I told them go up on the stock market. And then it went down with Trump, so then they made more money because they in a position to short it. You know about shorting, right? Shorting the market is I just borrow your stock that you own.
Right.
I bet on the stock to crash.
Okay.
I take that money, give you back your stock with a percentage.
So you do know how evil the stock market is?
Evil?
Yeah. Like it's money being made on top of money on fake money.
No, somebody invented that market shorting technique.
Yeah, I'm
So-
sure it was by somebody on the stock market. Like they always invent techniques because that's part of like the game.
Yeah, that's what I want to research.
Like I wouldn't say it's like it is evil because of the amount of money that's in it. Like things like certain laws, like Sarbanes-Oxley law, SOX law.
Yeah, that's
like certain laws had to go in place.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Without proper, like we don't have DEP regulation, EPA regulation, OSHA regulation to protect the whole Americans' health and protect hazardous stuff from getting into our environment, right? So what makes you think we got enough money to actually put protections in place against Wall Street type money that's like really cutthroat, really evil? And a lot of the techniques, like, all I can say is like the Democrats, right? They did get rich when they say, "Hey, look how much money Nancy Pelosi made." You know, what is she? You know, what is she really know? And we know what she knows. She's making this money off of stocks. A kid invented the app to mimic, based off of her. Based off of, you know what? If these Democrats can make all this money, why can't I? And
So, based on that, I'm going to be legislating my own law when it comes to the politicians, and it applies for both sides. So you could be Republican, Democrat. It basically, all right. Oh shoot! Damn, this the longest live stream I ever did. All right. So you see this? Let's say these 3 bricks, right? Represent all of the politicians, GOP, Democrats, right? And everything under it, all the way down. These are all the people. Now, think about the bank accounts for every single individual compared to this bullshit war that goes on between both of them for the short amount of time that they're making money, right? So people are elected for 4 years, and what happens is it's like a devil trap because you get in the job, and as you're going into the job, you already know that if I make money, it's my free rights to allow my money to make money. So you pass your money off to a like an investment firm because you're not specialized in stocks, and then all of a sudden your stock could go up or down. Right. So you could be on either end. But if it goes up, a politician uses this small amount of money, it doesn't matter which side, to basically cause harm, economic harm on everybody
with some bullshit accusations. So the proper thing to do is to basically allow them to allow their money to grow while they are holding office at that level. Because if we fix all the currencies, right, and they're all the same value in all the countries, you don't have that manipulation power anymore over like other countries.
But the currencies are never like you have to go to one currency in order to be all equal.
No, I fixed it. I invented new formulas. So this is how you fix the currency. So the GOP white folks, right? This is my understanding of them. They came here, you know, they brung the slaves, and it's a fucked up thing, right? And then it's like they get into these offices, right? And then they set up the college, right? And then they set up scouts. So if the white folks, all right, so this one brick, right, is the only like top of the pyramid brick. So if there's a white man in here from legacy, whatever, GOP, slavery owners, and he's passing it off to his son, his brother, his cousin's cousin, it's only white. So they have a college, and then they're scouting for black folks like, what's his name? That black guy.
In sports?
No, he's a politician. He's heavy set.
I have no clue.
All right, but anyway, so this is a simple fix. We'll go back to you being in Africa and you are a royal ownership of one of the countries, right? So you're over there, I'm over here in America, and we got 4 countries in between to get to you, right? So we're gonna keep your money the same, and this is how we're doing it. You're gonna instruct all of your importers to stop charging for the shipping costs, because the shipping costs, it creates volatility, because the further away you go to transport something, the more it costs, right? So your money is about 1,000,000 to 1. So it costs 1,000,000 of your money to buy this cup of drink, right? But over here it costs $1. So you're gonna tell your people, we're resetting the money, and we're gonna stop charging for shipping, right, from the customers. So you order a big old case of this drink, right? So let's say it's 100, just to keep it simple, 100 of the drinks, and it's $100, right? So now you're not charging your people, and I'm not charging you for shipping, right? So, boom, I sent it out, and you're selling it at the same price for $1, but in your money, not mine, right? So all these countries have to use the same system. When it gets to your borders, what's the name of your money? Ray dollars.
Right.
So you sold it for one Ray dollar, right? But now, every 30 days, you're gonna call your treasury and your IRS system, and you're gonna tell them that you need a tax refund / credit, which is money printing, and you're gonna have to use this refund, but it's not a tax refund because the tax refund is based on income, so you have to use a credit system. So you could, when you use a system, you're pulling down so much money from thin air that it's like you can't really use the banking system to let people borrow it. So it has to be like a floating currency system, right? So when you declared the refund, you're declaring it for the shipping costs for this country, this country, this country, and my country in America. So you just cut the check, boom. They get the money. Everybody's money is the same as $1. They put it in a negative account, then they open up a positive account, they print the money, pay the shipper that took it from border A to border B, which is your border, and then they do the same, but you send your next check here, then your next check here, and then your final check, and all the hyperinflation is gone, all the money is the same.
I don't know. Gotta see if it works, man. Try it out.
Yeah, that it does work.
If it go crazy, it'll be like Bitcoin.
That's another weird situation. But anyway, yeah, that's the formulas to fix it. So we could get rid of Venezuela's hyperinflation this month. We could get, every single currency on the planet that has hyperinflation value on it, it goes away this month. That's what's possible. So when that goes away, poverty goes away, and hunger. And yeah, we fix the whole world.
I mean, I like to see it in action. I can't theoretically put it in my head just from off hearing it, but it could work. But, however, things like that is things that are so different that haven't been introduced really mainly on the Democratic side. And the Republican side, up until more recently, we're seeing more drastic changes, right? Things like that being done, right?
Yeah.
So it makes it even more possible. And that's why I say, kind of like, I hate all the presidents, bro. You feel me? But is it one that's making, like, that fucking got a criminal record, like me? That makes it more, yeah, maybe I could be the president. Because at first, with all the other motherfuckers, I thought it was done deal.
Yeah.
Trump gave me a little bit more hope. So the fact that those policies can be even made now might be the reason why you are able to fix the economy, right?
Yeah. There's something else too. Like, let's say you go along the lines of believing in reincarnation, right?
Okay.
So the work you did now invested in your next lifetime on this planet, because there's a scripture in the Bible that says you will inherit the earth, and in the last days you will become a god. So a god has dominion over where he can come and go, right? So we don't have that, like, with the supernatural thing like Superman. But if we are mortal human, we could like stay here and just have different life experiences. So you could be black, white, Asian over the next 10 million years if we fix the whole world.
That'd be crazy. I don't think I want to be anything else but black.
I like being me too. I love my culture. I love the food. So it's like,
I got you.
yeah. So, yeah, with that said, when we look back in the past, right? Like all the bullshit that we've been through as a human race, it was meant to be, because the future version of you is sitting back, growing up, playing video games based on everything that happened.
Kind of like how I said, bro, like all that if God was God, we wouldn't have had slavery. Bro, God is always with us, bro. God is always good, even when we think it's bad, bro.
Yeah.
And that's where, really, people in America, bro, they ain't getting that, bro. That's a whole nother level to them. You know what I mean? Like, because for them, it's just, I'm a pray. I'm more about, like, yo, you got to put in action, too, like you said. And to me, that's why I still say, like, in the history books, I think Trump and Elon Musk's names is going to ring some big bells because of the achievements they do. And that's why I knock it to a sense. Okay, like it is what it is. But we still moving forward. We still got another day out here. We blessed, and hopefully we make some great achievements like that. Whoever can turn the city of Philadelphia education system upside is gonna go down in history bigger than Trump, because he ain't doing that shit. Bigger than Elon Musk. He ain't doing that shit either. You feel me? Like, it takes people to be great in so many different aspects, bro. And Trump did it with the Trump Towers. That shit is in different countries. You go watch the documentary, bro. You're gonna watch how fucking Grant, all right, I'm gonna charge $8 million for this penthouse. The nigga spent luxury tax, since been putting luxury tax. He been tariffing motherfuckers since been tariffing motherfuckers. I built this shit. You know what? This penthouse is just so immaculate. Give me 20 million. I know I just said 8 million, 20 million. And motherfuckers will pay it, bro.
Yeah.
So we can be great in so many different aspects. And education, like my grandfather was an engineer, mathematics. All of these things should be coming from the city of Philadelphia.
All right.
Audit the city of Philadelphia because the money is fucked up. I'm telling you, I know a bad church when I see it. They fucking the church money up.
Yeah, that's so weird. You ever seen a pastor get arrested?
Nah, but they probably would be more because they do be swindling shit, bro. You know, it's a lot of corporations, bro. I'm telling you right now, I did health and safety, OSHA, stuff like that. A lot of these corporate managers, bro, and heads of health and safety departments at these corporations should be arrested, bro. A lot of the arrests that should have happened, haven't happened, will never happen because of, from what I say, a lot of like the Democratic just thinking like, let's just let them do. They are fucking it up. Don't let them do that shit. Change this shit. Something is going wrong. There ain't nobody, we just want to keep going with the flow. That's why when baby boomers and Gen Xers, we ain't do nothing, we can see that. Some great white motherfuckers, old racist motherfuckers over racist money, built companies. Y'all went and worked for them and provided for your family. But y'all niggas ain't do nothing great. Y'all niggas ain't great, y'all average. And it's okay to be average, but stop knocking motherfuckers that's doing great shit. We gotta be doing great shit too. And until we do that, it ain't even nothing to talk about. That's why I don't watch sports. Them motherfuckers is making millions. I'm trying to go make millions. Fuck, I'ma watch them. So yeah, I be thinking deep, bro. And talking to people who like work in different areas, come from different countries, bro. And from what I understand, bro, like yes, if poverty was alleviated and people could get jobs in their countries, they would stay in their countries. They would. I'm not arguing that at all. Everybody loves where they're from. I know people from Haiti, bro, that love Haiti to death. They cook some good Haitian food for me. I know them in America. They hard workers, but they illegal. You know what I mean? So it's like, at the same point in time, like, they're coming here for fucking the reasons that we take for granted and that we don't rebuild. And now they gonna buy up. You feel me? And push really Philadelphia city residents out. That's what's really gonna happen. The residents of Philadelphia. I'm not. I don't call myself Philadelphia because I wasn't born and raised here. You feel me? I've seen it all my life, so I know heavily of Philly, like the ups and the fucking downs. All the way from the Galleria back in the day. I know Philly. I used to buy my clothes in Philly, to skip the clothing tax and take my shit back to Texas.
From Delaware?
From Franklin Mill Mall. Nah, Philly don't have clothing tax.
Oh.
In Texas, we do.
Oh, okay.
When I fly from when I was like 10, 9, I'm buying my clothes in Philly. I'm getting Dickie Capri's, Jabot jeans.
Yeah.
Taking my shit back to Texas.
I remember that.
Because I'm saving off of not paying tax on my. I was a young boy thinking business money. So business is America, bro. And all I'm saying is this shit corrupt. Wall Street, if they really fine tooth comb that shit, breaking all kind of laws, I'm telling you, white collar law is the biggest shit. They go untapped. You feel me? So that's a whole nother aspect, right? There's so much, bro. Like, I'm in the middle of suing somebody right now and shit. Like, we gotta sue more. Like, and then these companies will shut the fuck up and chill the fuck out and like actually give it like, cause they be doing all for petty shit. Like, bitch, you know I take the bus, you know I just had a kid, like it's a little rough. Have some fucking empathy. No, you're fired because you late. Like, damn, bitch, like, fuck, like.
That shit
and that's
is
why,
brutal. That shit is brutal, yo.
Like, my boss manager, I understand, bro. It's okay. I be oversleeping. I understand. I do. Cause we human. He do it too. Shit.
Yeah.
It's a late night shift. So it's like people like I don't like working for these motherfuckers because like it's never that understanding and cultural aspect until we start actually having the diversity things, mixing the cultures. But until you know other people's cultures, you got certain shit fucked up about yours, so do mine. Fuck me. You feel me? So, but all that white shit, bro, all this stolen land, this shit, bro, I'm telling you, my ancestors went, you feel me? And they just did dumb shit with it, bro.
All right. So if I establish Kunta Kinte Christianity, right, based on Kunta Kinte getting his ass beat, right, and you said you love being black, and imagine if there's a war and somehow the black people become the new supremacy of the whole world. Would you put the white people into slavery?
Nah, bro, because it's not an eye for an eye. It's just get the fuck up out of our country. We deporting y'all. If I had the pop, what? Mass deportation. And it's the same way like when the cops used to pull me over and shit and discriminate against me. Now it's y'all turn. That's all that I ain't gonna put you in slavery. Get the fuck out. You know what I mean? That's how I see it.
But then,
and if you look at different cultures,
you might be in the wrong because the Native Americans would have to be the ones to make that decision,
bro,
right? Or wrong?
You said if the blacks had supreme power.
Yeah, supreme power.
Boom. Who the fuck, dude? Listen, bro, y'all eating too. I ain't kick y'all out. Kicking them out. Like, y'all good. What y'all need?
All right.
You feel me? Where y'all want to have your capital now? You feel me? Like, that's what I'm on. It's going to be, let's level set this shit. Y'all get the whole fucking west side. We going to meet in the middle and still fuck with each other. And we going to have our own trades, free shipping, all that shit. I mean, we get money. And if you look at different cultures, bro, you look at some whitewash shit. I know folks in Africa, bro. You can look at certain shit and it's our faces. It's black skin on the artwork. It's not all the white shit you see here in these rooms. So, and then it's just the knowledge, bro. That's why I say education is education, bro. Like I've been doing my research, especially on Christianity. You know, like I've been finding a lot of black faces in the religion, bro. And so I know, the shit that we got might be tainted, just like our history books, bro. It only be having so much in there. But I be talking to my grandmother, who was born in 1931. She's still alive, bro. School teacher. I'm telling you. So it's like, for her to teach me, and my aunt that just passed away like 8 months ago was 104. Her older sister. So she used to tell me shit too about sucking it up. Yo, I remember when I was making 30 cents a fucking week. Like after slavery, bro, all they did was they put us in that work for domestic care. So like people came to the north, New York, Philly, and they was just working in these people's house, taking care of their homes, the babysitters. Like even in the neighborhood I'm in now, bro, all you see is immigrants, low cost labor, young kids taking care, and African people immigrate that's taking care of these white people, wealthy white people kids. Like they're the nannies, bro. So that's what we did a lot in those days after slavery. Like it was always never. We are robust in the workforce with them. And that's where the wealth gap, when you speak about estate passing and all that, really came about.
Yo.
And that's why I don't like stock. It's evil, bro. It's really just betting on us as consumers. America shouldn't be so much consumers because that's why we had to depend on China to begin with. Because we was consumers. We was buying a lot of shit we don't need. What did that drive the price up? Houses, cars, education. Average car now you're looking at with the bells and whistles, like for a family, like $50,000.
The land, right? What's your thoughts on China owning land in America?
They shouldn't be able to. Fuck them.
All right. So you said that you wanted to do business internationally, right? That was your
Right.
inspiration, right?
It was one day ago, yeah.
Who, like, who would be your trading partners?
You can have trading partners, but that don't mean you get to own land here. You get what I'm saying? Like if you boom, and this is how I always thought it was, and it still is, right? When you make a corporation, our corporations do this. We got land in China too. Is corporate owned, but when because that's the only way really businesses do do ownership, right? Like if China wanted to come here and build a business, the business gotta be employing like 1.5 million in revenue. Like it has to be substantial. So a lot of and then it's just a regular immigration way, right? But I typically think I don't know if we do dual citizenship. They need to look into all that shit, bro, because I'm sure there's a lot of dumb shit going on. A lot of dumb shit, bro. To
All
where
right.
they are buying properties and shouldn't be. Like, because we can't go to other countries and just buy properties, bro.
All right. So you like
Even
Kellogg's?
with the American dollar.
You like Kellogg's Frosted Flakes?
No, I don't even eat cereal.
You don't eat cereal?
That shit is unhealthy than a motherfucker. Kellogg's Frosted Flakes is diabetes in a box.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pre-diabetic, but I still eat it. That's my favorite cereal. So, what about spaghetti and stuff like that?
What about it?
Do you eat spaghetti?
If my grandma make it, yeah.
All right. So, that's the grain sector of the economy, right?
Okay. That's why I say we need agriculture.
Yeah. So, remember we spoke about making your money in your country the same value as here? So that means you don't have to borrow from the IMF anymore because your money's the same. So you could print your own money for your country, right?
So every country typically borrows from the IMF?
Yeah, which is America, right?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's International Monetary Fund.
Yeah, I heard of it, but I didn't know that every country borrows from that.
You got to put in an application to be approved.
Okay.
So now we're going to go back to that 1980s, 1990s story where so many goods from China was on the store shelves and everybody was getting Christmas presents, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when they ship goods, we ship money, right? Because we made a purchase. So now China has like this huge pile of US dollars. Now it could stay there forever and be useless, or you could send it back out to the world, right? Right? So as we're trading over the past 30, 40 decades, right? China built up this money. So they got into the grains market, right? Because China ships out grains to multiple countries throughout the world.
Yeah, they be fucking us up too.
So remember I told you that the further something goes away from its production point, the more it costs.
That's why shit should be higher here, because why the fuck y'all shipping it all the way from China here?
Hang on. So they use some of that US dollars.
Okay.
They bought land here. They grew grain, and now that shipment cost doesn't exist, and Americans still use spaghetti and stuff like that for their grains. Okay. Now, would you say that's like a fair business trade deal?
I mean, if the land, so it's actually a business. That's what I'm saying. The land, I think actually with the land and purchases, probably not. Like, I feel like other countries should not really have ownership of land in other countries.
So it would be better to lease it.
To lease it, exactly. Which is a form of protective measure whenever creating a business, right? Creating a holding company, then creating an LLC under that. And actually, the LLC renting certain equipment from the holding company. And that's a tax strategy that a lot of wealthy people use as well.
What about a circumstance where somebody Asian was born on American soil, got an American citizenship,
They're American.
and they bought that land,
They're American.
and then they was the one that made the grain deal happen.
That's mean, if they're American, that's their American land, then cool. But it should still be leased to the Chinese company, not the company buying it, the land from that Asian because of that deal. Right? That's because that's Kaizen. Like basically, when you go, if I was to go to Asia right now, that shit would not fly. And that's all I'm saying. Let's level this shit out. If I can't come over there and buy your land or do something similar, that ain't gonna happen, bro. Because it's the chain of command over there. They not breaking that shit. I'm telling you. So the fact that we can't do this over there, no, y'all can't do that shit over here. No.
All right. So.
And that's no country. Like no country.
Imagine I'm Chinese, right? And I'm living somewhere down in the Midwest in America, because they got farmland there, right? Mm-hmm. And I have a cousin over in China, right? And they were the ones that owned the farm, right? And they were the ones that put the money here to buy up the farm, but it's in my name. Is that right?
No.
Why?
Because it's first of all, that gotta be some type of a wire fraud. It's just like drug dealers, right? They have all this money, but you can't go into the store with $10,000 cash and think you're not about to get questioned.
Yeah.
Same scenario, bro. You can't fly through the airport with a certain amount of money. It's the same principle. It's like you're trying to manipulate the scenario to be in the position, and it's like, no, that like whatever way you did it to do it, violate. It's just like illegal immigrants.
What about Jay-Z and Akon and Nelly? Or is it? Akon? No, not Nelly. Ludacris.
I'm glad you brought this up. You know why?
Why?
We're not talking about China. You love talking about China.
Well, I'm talking about politics.
Yeah, but still, your fan is China, right? So I'm glad you brought them up, because guess where the conversation focused now?
Where? Black people?
Africa.
Yeah.
Because that's where you was gonna say, right? What about them doing it there? When you say Akon and them building the city, that's where you was going with that?
Yeah.
I love that. You know why?
Why?
Because they will allow, like, they understand dual citizenship, right? China ain't doing that shit, huh? China is one of them places you are China or you, and it's just like in America, you American or you not. You feel me? So in Africa, they do allow dual citizenship, which is the smartest strategy to rebuild their countries. However, most people are failing to follow through with because of corruption. Most people are going to say, yo, I sent my money over there. It ain't turned out how it's supposed to be turned out, because we operate on different business principles here. And that's why a lot of times China don't want us buying shit over there, because they're operating on certain business principles. And that's what got them to the places they the fuck at, because they keeping all the shit in-house, bro. And America's just like, come fuck me in the ass. They just let the door all open, bro. Yeah. That democratic thought, man. Close the fucking border. Regulate this shit. Bring in the smartest motherfuckers. Do actual application and spousal and shit like that. Alright, cool. All this extra goofy shit, bro. Right now in my neighborhood, bro. You could go in a tobacco shop and it's a foreigner in this motherfucker and they selling weed.
You feel some type of way, right?
Feel some type of way. These motherfuckers need to go back wherever the fuck they come from, is how I feel. But I can't really do that, because now I'm going to be in jail, right? But, however, I'm just saying, is that right? Morally? Like, that's where all the morality. Same thing with the China motherfucker. China bitch. I'm in a joint, I wanted to buy a shot. Let me see ID. Bitch, you ain't even supposed to be selling liquor in here. I will call ICE. that's what the fuck I'm dealing with, right? And if I'm in their neighborhoods, they calling the police. That was the thing of the past. Oh, this black person. Like, so, boom. Now that the tables is flipped, fuck. Get the fuck up out of here. That's how I feel. Come here legally and we good. And announce your it ain't no dual citizenship. Ain't no keep your shit over there. We had CIA spies for a reason, bro. I don't trust. They just indicted the bull on federal spying and shit from China. The China people would be spying, bro. To giving up our intel, bro. That's like I told you, I fight for my country, bro. Like I bust guns for this shit, and we just be letting people infiltrate this shit and make it easier for the motherfuckers. If push come to shove, it's enough of the motherfuckers over here with intel already, and they gotta go first. Like that's listen. When it come push to shove, I ain't gonna have no picks with. Listen, I can't have no picks. I ain't gonna be able to trust not a soul but an American. I'm American. I'm black. You know what I mean? It ain't nowhere you could deport me to. So when it comes to that type shit, I seen how Pearl Harbor happened. The motherfuckers came right to fucking Cali, Hawaii, whatever, and started dropping them bombs. No notice. So, bro, listen, when they come to places, I wish the motherfucking Jack would be coming down. Nigga, chopping your dumb ass down, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck them. And unless you coming correct, which is business, traded properly, reciprocated. You feel me? We can't own shit in y'all shit. Y'all can't own shit over here. That's how I see it, bro. Only thing over there is big money. Like stuff, like I said, we bringing manufacturing to them. So we bought jobs to them. You feel me? We bought, like, China made all this shit because, it was that we're bringing our companies here and utilizing y'all labor, but y'all have the jobs.
What if in another reality, the black country of Africa was really supposed to be like China, as in the mass production country for the whole world. So China, it's a massive production industry, right? Mm-hmm. And what if the only reason why Africa didn't receive that level of achievement is because the white folks with the dollar was scared of the black folks in America?
I'm a little confused there.
All right, let me try to rephrase it. So,
because Africa got colonizers too, so like a lot of what's going on there now is kicking the motherfuckers out, right? Kicking companies out, retaking over mining, manufacturing, and rebuilding their cities off of money from them.
All right, so what's going on in Africa now, or over the past X amount of years? They saw that here in America, black people, their people, was being brutalized by the white folks, right? So the white folks, they was like, yo, we got to figure out how to produce stuff. Let's open up global trade, right? And they went over to China because in the event, like, it was another race, like black people of Africa.
Yeah. Oh, nah, when Africa do come up.
Don't you think Africa would have tried to wipe out Americans right now?
They is. Like, if they had the power, yeah. You're right. That's why I said, like, the one thing that the world don't want to see is all black people unite. Because
I think it's because there's a powerful hurt in the soul of the black people.
How is that?
It's a really deep hurt based on what they've been through.
What does that have to do with that country doing this?
Well, I'm coming from where there was a opportunity loss for Africans.
It's not. It's never. It's just not the time. It's God's speed. You feel me? Because like you said, basically America went over there and did stuff with China to build
instead
them up,
of the blacks.
Instead of Africa, right?
Why?
You talking about instead of Africa?
Yeah.
because it's probably strategic. If Africa was to the level, then yeah, like I said, we got dual citizenship. We could go to Africa, get dual citizenship, so it's going to all be love when it's black love. You feel me? And then what white people gonna do then? Is really the question, Because listen, that's all it takes, bro.
So remember that scenario I gave where China had a whole bunch of extra dollars in their account and they bought land here?
Right.
Now, that would have been the alternative outcome.
For Africa, right?
Africans, they would have had a bunch of dollars and they would have put it back here in the black communities.
We don't need that, bro.
Huh?
Because you can't say they would have put it right here in the black communities. They could do whatever they want with that money. If that was the case too, and you talk about morality, if China has this excess money, why didn't they put it in the black communities?
Well,
Because
the grain industry is a global thing, so they're feeding a bunch of different communities.
and a lot of communities could feed themselves.
To a certain
That's
degree.
why I say that's why I say you don't. Most places don't focus on stability and self-sufficiency, right? So all of these places that you might say could help, I don't think they're trying to help. If you say China has all this surplus of money, then why aren't they helping places that really become self-sustainable versus a strategic move where they're planting the shit off of land you bought versus actually helping self-sustainability is two different things. And I think that's where you're missing the morality mark. And most people that start businesses in America, most people that have businesses, miss the morality mark, the ethical mark, and always will, scheme upon some different race or whatever and make it off of the back off of certain races, right? And that's why I say in our community, we got Chinese people with Chinese stores everywhere. We got Spanish people, Spanish stores everywhere. We got the Arabs with all the gas stations, 7-Eleven, Dunkin' Donuts, all heavily marketed in urban neighborhoods, right? If you go to different other white Amish communities, you ain't seeing none of that shit. You feel me?
Well, Amish is different.
And
we can't even include them in the political debate.
Even in different suburban neighborhoods with good school districts and things of that, white people is not letting all that shit come in their neighborhoods. So, all of that is already purposely driven to not actually self-sustain black people, to deteriorate the neighborhoods. If you go to most corner stores, they're not building up the communities they're in. They're making money there. That's it. And sending their kids to different schools and shit like that. So, that's why I say, even if the money was to go to Africa, they wouldn't have to send the shit back here. Yo, I'm telling you, because it's like black Americans already doing their thing over here. It's just all we need is self-sustainability. We need better access to our African cultures and the mix. That's really what we need is the mix. So that dual citizenship give us that mix. Y'all come over here, we come over there. And that's all we need. We don't even need money, right? So you brought that up at the beginning of the topic, bro. God be providing everything I need, bro. Some people think about money, and I know you need it to live, right? You do need that. But at the same point of time, you provide, bro.
You know what's crazy? A couple of live streams ago, I was like, I need a book. I need a Hillary Clinton book. And this conversation that we just had over the past 2 hours, it's like I don't feel like I need her book. But I will get her book, but it's like you provided so much like clarity and transparency to like the black community. And it's like I think I figured out, I guess, the direction I'm going to go with this, like on a global stage, because it really, there really is some jacked up things that's happened. And it's like when you're trying to like help out the whole world to get rid of global poverty, you got to get to the root of
Yeah, the root
the
cause.
issue. Yeah, and you, like, you achieved it.
Bro, I know. I live this shit, bro. Like, it's not rocket science. People like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, you can't tell me y'all can get to Mars, but we can't fix certain issues. Like, that's why I don't like Democrats, because I feel like Democrats go for that fugazi shit. The only reason why Elon Musk is sitting here fucking with Trump, running with him, this nigga is getting fucking rockets to Mars, bro. He's making government contracts and sending rockets. He's taking over Boeing contracts that have been in existence since slavery. So it's not rocket science, bro. Like, if there was people that was wanting to spread the wealth, they would have spread it. It ain't going to happen. Some people, yeah, we do need reparations and shit. But to be honest, do we think we ever gonna get it? Probably not. But we could take some shit back in a lot of different ways. Shoot, every one of these fucking dumbass companies, left and right. Left and right. They companies. They not even people. Sue them motherfuckers. They got insurance. Sue them. Let business.
All right, so let's say, all right, so.
Because then they gonna be like, damn, they keep getting sued. Y'all business is gonna have to pay more in insurance. Yeah, let them feel the pressure.
All right, so let's say, I'm the man that could make that happen, right? Mm-hmm. What would be the settlement if I want to say, like, all right, we're gonna do a class action lawsuit on all the companies on the planet on behalf of, like, all the poor people, right? And I want $2 million per person. Like, what do you say about that?
I say it's a start.
Yeah, me too.
I'm suing somebody right now, and it's only for 4. I want 200, but it's a start. Let's start there. It's a start. That's why I say, whatever presidents we get, it's a start. And you gotta go with what you got. You go. You got 4 years with it. Run. Do some shit. Make moves. Make move mountains. And niggas ain't. I be listening. Like, I don't just talk. Like, I still, you feel me? Get to work with it. Like, I be coming up with shit, you know what I mean? That can feed the world type of shit. But, you know, when I get there, I get there. I ain't rushing the process. You feel me? It's God's speed. That's why I say all this shit, bro. You gotta be cool with it. Like, it's life. We blessed to see another day. Some people ain't wake up today. There's people that don't even have recreation centers like this. Like, their youth is starving, dying, bro. Like, you know, we cut aid in a lot of places, and my biggest thing is they shouldn't even need our aid, bro. They should be stable and self-sufficient, and any of our money that Ben was given in aid should have been funneled for self-sufficiency, not for child support. Take child support out of the equation. Take all the fathers off of child support, you'll have more fathers.
Yeah, I can make that happen.
The system is fucking the shit up. And it's the same with aid. You rechange the program. The whole restructure.
All right. A war. World War III, right? Now, there is about 333 million people in America, right? So over the past 8.5 years, half of the country wants to war with the other half, right? So just divide that by 2, right? So let me see. Imagine you have a leader going up to the world stage, and he provoked a country of China. Hang on. India, Mexico, Europe, Africa, right? So these are billions of people. You, as a soldier for your country, how do you plan on defeating like 4 billion people?
They not unified, bro.
Who's not unified?
All the people that you just named is not unified as one.
All
you said how you, like, if it was, even if it was World War III, bro, they're not all combining forces against one. They're not. They're not about to call each other, yo, we got your side. That ain't even gonna happen like that, bro.
internationally?
No. What are you high, bro? What countries are able? It's so. Africa got what, like 84 countries, and they can't even get cohesiveness, bro. It's not gonna happen. And why? I'm telling you, bro. People got their feathers ruffled because they're emotional. Chill the fuck out. Keep doing what y'all was doing. Africa mad because they losing funding. I just said we shouldn't even be giving them funding. Our funding should have been for them to build infrastructure, for them to have stability. Right? Instead, most of the African countries right now, Ethiopia and Egypt, is beefing them for the GERD. So they basically, Americans saying, yo, we kind of help with the building of that motherfucker. We've been providing y'all with all this aid. They arguing if we actually paid for the fucking GERD. So hold up. Y'all mad at us because Trump said I paid for the GERD. When you could go do your motherfucking research, whatever petition y'all filed to the IMF or whatever, X, Y, and Z money has been allocated here for how many years? How do you think what you think that none of that flowed into that? And with China, tariffs, just like I explained to you, bro, our landlords are putting tariffs on, like they raping us every day, right? So when you go and say, yo, I'm not paying you because you legally can't, this is the law, right? If a landlord doesn't have a rental license, they can't go downtown and evict you. They don't have the legal proceeding to go downtown and say eviction. They can't even do that. So what they do is they'll scare you. They'll send you letters. They'll call you. Oh, you behind on? You going to evict you? They can't. Some people move. I gotta find a new place, and they move. They move with their parent. They in the basement now. Now they parents mad at them. Oh, you a fuck up. Da da da. Whole time this landlord is scheming, and they living a great life as a landlord. They got business. They already could buy a property, so they got some financial wealth about them, right? So now the money you paying them, which you technically ain't supposed to pay them, they about to kick you out because you stop paying them. And you technically ain't supposed to be. But bro, if you stop paying your landlord, he's going to be mad too, just like China. I look at that as the China-American tariff situation. And a lot of people, like, look at the numbers. Everybody, there's YouTube videos. They want the America to be renters. I'm sure it's not just Philly where this is big and happening.
All right, I think this is the last question. So, based on this conversation, right? In the event that I was to run for president against Trump, right? Who would you vote for between me and Trump?
Trump.
You would vote for Trump. How so?
More of a track record. More of, like, I don't know your background, right? I kind of know already what I'm dealing with Trump, right? Like, it's like the question of, where would I rather live, Philadelphia or Texas, right? Have you ever been to Texas?
No.
All right. What are your thoughts when you think about Texans and black people? Do you think like poor South? Like, do you think like hillbilly? Like, what thoughts come to your mind when you think Texas?
Cattle, ranches, and black people.
Okay.
Like,
Do you think white people down there too?
well, yeah, white people. Well, it is America, but what caught me off guard with Texas was the immigrant border situation crisis.
Okay.
So I never really, like, growing up, I never thought about the immigrants.
It's right there.
Yeah.
Yep. But all right, so I asked this question to say like, boom, like, have you ever experienced racism?
Yeah.
Okay. In PA?
Yeah.
Other places in the nation, or just PA?
Just here.
Okay. Was it like blatant in your face racism?
Yeah.
Like, hey, nigger.
Nah, it was Bin Laden. You terrorists, immigrant.
So like racism like that. Okay. Got you. All right. Was lot?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Just imagine in Texas, bro, where like, I don't know. Do you know the difference between like northern slavery and southern slavery?
No.
Like, do you know about the KKK?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. Do you know if the KKK, like, do they hate all immigrants?
I have no idea. I know based on what I've known or collected, knowledge collected over the years, KKK is like a anti-black organization.
Right. All right, so boom. So notoriously, you know the KKK hate black people, right?
Yeah.
They're more in Texas than Philly, right? I would rather live in Texas.
Why?
I was raised there, bro. A lot of time it's in your face. Like I know the racism. Like I see it. I know it. I know y'all live on that side of town. We live on this side of town. It is what it is. Like I just know here, it's so like hit. Like you don't know it until you're being called a terrorist or a nigger. Like, oh, where'd that come from? Like, oh, like you feel me? So it's like
So it's open out there,
it's
and
more open. Like
it's hidden up here.
Yeah, it is. And so that's why I just feel more with Trump because it's like, bro, I already see your shit. Like whatever shit you got going on, pedophile. Like I say, if you look up Citizens App, bro, there's thousands of pedophiles, sex offenders right in this area. And we right around a rec center, and I'm telling you, and ain't nobody going to talk to them and say shit about them, and they about to be right around their kids, bro. So I like more openness. I know what it is. I know in Texas what side of town to stay on. I know what cities not to go through. Like that's historical in the black community, sundown towns. You ain't driving through certain. When I drove to Texas, bro, I drove through white neighborhoods. I was like, oh yeah, I ain't staying here. I'll fucking be hung from a tree. So when I kept driving, oh, the project. Most people scared of the hood. I felt at home.
Here?
In the projects in Tennessee on my way to
Oh,
Texas.
oh yeah.
I'm like, where do I stop to sleep for the night? I slept in my car. I stopped in the projects over the white, nice picket fence neighborhood. Fuck the white picket fence neighborhood. They gonna either call the cops on me or I'm gonna be hung from a fucking tree. Because this KKK territory. So boom. Oh, black people, that's where I'm at. That's why I love black people. That's why if I went to Africa, my people. That's why, like, bro, yeah. I just, for me, I would vote for Trump off of the fact I know his track record. Now, what I would tell you is, you know, like, listen, and I'm big on this, like, whatever ideas you got, do them. Once I see that, I'm a type of dude, I need to see shit. Like, I don't go off of potential. I don't go off of, like, I'm set in stone. If you go look at my LinkedIn profile, you can see work history. You're going to see, yo, this boy been grinding all different industries. Like, he smart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so I like to be able to visualize that. That's why I say the man is fucking successful. Elon Musk, $11 billion in taxes. I might vote for him. Nigga, you just paid $11 billion in tax. Congratulations. You're actually doing, and you're sending rockets contracted with the U.S. government for NASA. You feel me? I always wanted to be an aeronautical engineer growing up, bro.
Yeah.
And you're fucking building SpaceX and you got Tesla and like, bro, you're doing your thing. You're doing your thing. And the way business, like when I learned business in business school, I was noticing it was fucking the Americans. The Americans wasn't paying attention. They was buying consumer shit. Buying all the shit made in China. My thing, stop buying all that shit. Fuck Christmas. Don't buy them kids shit. Don't buy them shit, bro. Fuck all this shit we spending money over there. Stop the money. Stop this shit. Same thing with the stock market. If all black people, I think, should just have a day, a week where we don't go to work. Crash the fucking stock market, bro. The white people ain't gonna be able to keep it up by themselves. Even with the immigrants, that's when they gonna open up the immigration. Oh, we gotta let immigrants back in. Cause bro, black people have stumping power in this motherfucker, and they don't use it, and that's where we should be using it. stop shit. Stock market crashed that motherfucker. And me saying that type shit, bro, they ain't want me dead with that type shit, bro. You crash the stock market and fuck up all these white people money. I'm telling you, bro, like, and what would they do? I could survive with no money. I'm black. Them, they gonna be like, I don't have fresh water. Bitch, you seen Flint, Michigan? Fuck y'all.
Yeah.
So, boom, if I was Black Supreme, get them the fuck up out of here. Deport them. Where they come from? Ireland? France? Send them back. Man, you're all that shit be alright. Fuck about it. Y'all sue Ireland and Irish pride. Take that shit back over there. That's how I do that shit. Dual citizenship for Africa. Open that shit up. You know what I mean? Native Indians, what y'all want? Canada, Mexico, y'all want both of them? Like, what y'all, we gonna y'all gonna hold down the North and the South, we gonna keep it in the middle. Like, mass restructuring. That's what I'm talking about. Actual changes. Right. And if I was that type of president, bro, and able to do shit like that, yo, you know how many motherfuckers would fuck with me, including all 84 African countries, because they gonna have that dual citizenship right. Except for the motherfuckers on the no-fly list, we still gonna have regulations. Level 4 countries, y'all stay the fuck over there. Everybody else, they got their act. Less politics. Stop all that whitewash shit that y'all can't fuck with us. We fucking with y'all. We mixing, we learning your culture, we get married to y'all, we teaching y'all our culture. We don't hate y'all. We came through the mud and we can't fucking support y'all like y'all think we can because we Americans. We over here getting fucked by the education system. And the government sending y'all the money. We ain't even send that shit. That shit that y'all mad that we cut, it wasn't us. That was the government. We don't have enough money collectively to send that shit to y'all. That's really what's going on. So all these places, they hate black people because we're Americans, but they just don't understand the difference. That's why we gotta sit down and talk. Yo, why we eating? Yo, bro, you know we fuck with y'all. We ain't start wars over there.
What's your thoughts on? This is a two-part question, so it's what's your thoughts on white guys dating black girls and white girls dating black guys?
I don't really like it. I don't trust. I'm scared to date a white girl. Have you seen the movie? What is it? Get Out?
No.
This is why I say I be wanting to talk to my African brothers and sisters because they don't understand what the fuck we go through. And they'll fuck with white people, right? I'm scared of white people, right? To the fact, like I told you, I'm not stopping in our neighborhood. I drove 24 hours to Texas. And when I got to Tennessee, it was like, I'm 14 hours in. I want to sleep. If I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to sleep here. Let me drive a little bit more. What do that tell you? I don't like white people like that, bro. So I don't want to ever be at my girlfriend's house. And they just like these fucking Chinese people that I don't want to buy land over here. They have a whole fucking bunch of land. So we at their crib. Next thing you know, the missing Ray report. I'm hanging from a tree. I don't even put myself in them situations. I know. I was raised in Texas, right? People got dragged from cars. The KKK was prevalent when I was growing up still. Early 2000s, 1990s, they was still on their shit, bro. And that's why older black, I thought you was black at first, my fault. Older black, like our grandparents don't want to talk about certain shit because they was threatened with getting burnt on crosses, nuts cut off. They do crazy shit to black people, bro. And then you never be found. Like the shit real, bro. The shit is real. Y'all don't think that there's a movie on it where they fucking every black person that went up there, the dad was a neuroscientist. And he'll take your brain, swap it with a white person's brain, and he doing his little fucking experiments and shit. Because they got crazy money from the wealth transfer to do shit like that and have all this fucking equipment in your basement.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think we should be dating them and they should be dating us. Yeah, nah. Like I'm cool with coexisting, but like go where the fuck y'all from? Ireland?
I think
Go
like
back there.
a crisis, like let's say a white man has a daughter, right?
It is a crisis. I know somebody who has a white man who has a mixed daughter. Guess what? She thinks she's white. But guess what the world will see her as? Black. So she's
Does she
already in
look
the
black
identity.
or does she look?
No, she don't look like you. You don't look like Becky. You look
Or
like you're mixed,
yeah,
and
yeah,
they
yeah.
don't care how light. Like that was a thing. Like back in the day, more light skinned people was having babies with light skinned people to try to blend as white. If you look at some of the great black historians, they might have been raised by a white family. They might have been like an orphan and into a white family, or they had that light skin tone where they started getting into the industries with the white people, bro.
So one of the crisis situations that a white dad, right? Let's say he has a blonde hair, blue eyed daughter, right? And all of a sudden, his daughter, he finds out that his daughter is dating a black dude. Like his brain,
They hate it.
because, well, part of it is ignorance because, like, when you build intelligence, right? How you do that is you need to have something to compare against another thing, right? So in his brain, if all he hangs out with is white friends, right? Like he doesn't have any like, I guess, compassion or like understanding about a different race.
That's correct, right?
So let's say a black man that's hurt based on slavery and they get in a fight. He'll say the ignorant shit he'll say is to the girl's dad is how I'll be like fucking your daughter, and then the white guy will go crazy, right? So it's like that's like one of the mental health, psychological issues that needs to be untangled from like a white guy parent. And it's like finding the baseline for something like that.
Bro, the only way you could do it is white people have to be put in our shoes, bro. And that's why Trump is the way he is right now. Y'all, they put him in a black person's shoes. They had him up against the fence, battling a felony conviction after felony conviction, bro. Trump finally felt the wrath as a fucking black man. Damn, I gotta go do a court. Bro, we got black songs. I don't want to go to court. You feel me? Like we're indoctrinated, because the court system has been raping our communities time after time after time after time. So until white men actually get in a position as a black man, they don't see it. And typically when they do, they on Kensington. And it's like, you can't even, we don't want you a part of our community now, nigga. You on fentanyl. Stay the fuck over there. What? Ain't really into them drugs. White people is probably their friends, and the only person that introduced me to hard drugs was white kids in high school. Yo, you want to do this? No. You shouldn't either. I'm being a friend. Don't do that. They did it. Some OD, you know what I mean? And they get mad at. I was at a bar with a dude. He's like, if I could go through Camden and just take out my shotgun, bro, they be mad because their family be buying drugs in certain areas where it's black people and ODing and offing their life, and then they get mad at the whole black community. Like some people on their street might go to work. Like some people might sell drugs, but nobody told you to buy that shit. You feel me? Like how was you raising your kids? Now you mad. So that's another thing. Like the war on drugs turned into a war on black people, bro. They put us in jail. Cops mad because they got family members that definitely dying off of drugs, spending all of their family. White people that's where the wealth gap was starting to close, right? If black people would have used all that drug money, that was being sucked out of white communities because it's nothing but. I'm telling you, that's when the dope was able to buy houses. So it was some type of actual fundamental stuff built at that time. But like I said, black community selling out homes instead of keeping the shit, fucking it up, not understanding maintenance and stuff like that. You know, but white people, bro, they can't feel our pain, bro. They don't go through it. I used to work at Plymouth Meeting, bro. At one point in time, I got pulled over like 30 times within a 2-month time frame. White people don't experience that. You ain't going to work getting pulled over. You're going to work jamming your music, like just living life, shit hunky dory. While for me, I'm getting jacked up, cops grabbing my shit hard as shit. Like, I'm talking about they pulling your box, like doing, like, so imagine if I'm fucking at this white girl house that I'm dating and her uncle's the fucking sheriff of the, boy, you fucking crazy. No, I will stick with my black women. I don't care where they from, Caribbean, Africa, they could be UK black women, black. The other shit, I don't know and trust it. And I damn sure ain't trusting them until they formally apologizes of motherfucker. I need that shit like a national anthem. The whole country of white people. Because until then, I don't believe it. It's too many of y'all that's, I mean, it's just the way I could talk to my grandma about slavery, bro, so can some people talk to their grandma about being slave masters, bro. You don't watch Home and Garden TV and they like, I like shiplap. It gives very plantation feel. He like that shit for a reason, bro. Shit is right in front of our faces, and Africans didn't grow up seeing the shit that I seen, bro, that I know, the knowledge that I know from my grandma.
Yeah, I believe you, yeah.
They don't know that. So they don't know that we going through.
Because I told you,
shit. They think it's sweet for us.
Martin Luther King was just like yesterday.
Just yesterday, 1960. My mom was born.
Yeah, like them days going by so quick, but it's like it feels like it was yesterday, you know.
And they assassinated them. Any person that do good and try to lift the black people, they gonna kill them, right? It's been proven. Tell me so. If you could go and find, because Obama didn't lift the black men at all. He actually was a fan of LGBTQ, which fucks up the black community even more. Because you have a lot of single parent homes. So now the boys are being raised by women and turning into women, and he let that shit go. You know how much that shit costs our healthcare?
No, how much?
A fucking lot. Because a lot of it's research. But now you could go on the website and look how they could turn your dick into a pussy.
Yeah.
It costs a lot, man. It's not covered by every health plan. And if it is, it costs a lot. And it's being done on kids. Well, not kids. I think they got to be at least 18, but I don't absolutely know for sure. Parent might approve. It's a lot of shit going on that, like, in other countries, bro, they even in a lot of African countries, bro, they'll kill you over all that shit. They kill you. Our country needs to be a little tougher on some things, bro, and that was one of them. So Obama wasn't doing shit for the black man. He likes Sherelle Parker. Like I said, you can go to the website and he'll tell you, like, Center for Black Male Engagement, and it says like 2015 or something, like it's before Sherelle time, man. She a black woman. She ain't investing in us. Stop investing money in women and children, investing in black men's skills. Black men domestic violence.
So you said you went to jail before, right?
Yeah.
And what was one of the first things that you did when you got out of jail?
Paid off my debt. Paid off a lot of shit. I had all these different counties tickets, so got my license corrected. Went back to school, filed my FAFSA, got that government money, because you gotta read the fine print. People be like, oh, I'm on probation and shit. You could be on probation. You can't be on probation while receiving aid. So if you, was receiving aid and you get a drug charge or something like that, and it still was fine print on that you can still go to rehabilitation and then come back and apply for aid. So a lot of black people don't read, bro. And that was some shit. I think I zoomed in on the checkbox, you know, where they had a little question mark, and I had to expand it because this is way back in 2009, so I'm working on a big computer.
Yeah.
And I seen that fine print, and I'm like, so boom, I apply for financial aid, I get my associate's degree, I get back into the workforce. Because while you're in jail, bro, you're losing your skills. You feel me? You're not good with
Yeah, that's
technology.
true. Because you wasting time and there's nothing, no opportunity.
So I got right to it.
All right. So would you say the norm for a straight man when he gets out of jail is to go to a strip club?
No, not necessary. If you got money, the means, shit. But if you don't, then no.
So yeah, going to a strip club, it's cool, right? Like, because it's a relief. You've been around dudes, like, and you're just trying to see some.
Man, I'm not personally that type of dude, right? You got dudes right now that subscribe to OnlyFans. It's certain types of men in the world. You know? I'm just not him. I've been a strip club, but it's not like I'm happy to fucking throw my money at girls.
Well, I would do it. I'm just saying, like, I'm one of the dudes that would, as soon as I get out of jail, either way.
You ain't doing that in the strip club. And if you do, it costs way too much. When I could go, yo, boo, I'm just getting home. I really like to see you, take you out. You got a nice little date. You won't get some yams. You ain't got to go to the strip club for that. Like, I think strip club is really poor mentality, bro. It's a place you're spending money, bro. And you could be investing in real estate. You know what I mean? So you could be, like, it's so many black men, right, that are in jail that people spend money on. They put money on their books. They give them money. But when I was going to school, ain't nobody was really helping me with that shit. I had a couple boys that might drop me, pick me up. Like, they was looking out. Like, they supported me to do that. But that's not most people. They not getting support. Book money, bro. I was in there struggling, bro. Struggling.
So, I'm one of the dudes that will go to a strip club, right? As soon as I get out of jail, maybe like within the first 30 days. I call up some of my homeboys and I'll be like, yo, we hitting up a strip club, yo. So somebody will treat me to a lap dance, right?
I mean, yeah, but if that's what you like, I like the real thing. I want it to be mine. A strip club, you like leasing. Like, why not go outside, touch grass? You know what I mean? And like that, you know that comment, they be like, yo, touch grass, bro. You need to get outside, man. Talk to me.
So your spit game is, yo, baby, I just got out of jail. Like, let me get that number.
I'm just saying, like, if you just got out of jail, bro, you should be able to conversate and communicate with a woman. Hey, how you doing? Like, you see a pretty woman, go talk to her. Go talk to her. Bypass the strip club. Oh, what you doing tonight? You first gonna get some ice cream.
Why not both?
I'm trying to get to know you because you're gonna waste money in the strip club. What's your budget when you go to the strip club?
Probably like $100.
That ain't bad. All right, you on the reasonable side. Okay, I get what you're saying. You just want to go have fun. I still think it's a waste of $100. That used to be my budget. So like I said, I'm not being a hypocrite. I went, and when I went, I had a budget. But on the grand scheme of things, $100 budget in a strip club, bro. If you know what I know, a woman ain't really respecting you off that, bro. They not. That's play money, bro. They gonna, especially grown, like that might excite the 21-year-old dancer in there. But if, like, and that's what I'm saying, like, even, you know, like, that $100 could be better spent. Like, boom, they gonna choose on. I'd rather go talk to one of them. You know, you in the green, I like your hair. Can I take you out tonight? Then it's gonna be less than $100, bro. You got a good conversation with a real woman that's not there to just take money out your pocket.
Right.
Like I talk, and when I'm in the strip club, I talk to them, bro. They be regular. She be like, yeah, I'm from North Philly. Why am I here? Let me go to North Philly. Boom.
All right. So earlier you said the Democrats, or Obama, there you go. he was like, he ain't stand up for the black man. He's with the LGBT community, right? So politics, it's a little complicated, right? So what's been going on is that there's politicians like Ron DeSantis wants to cancel out life insurance policies from people that's in the LGBT community, right?
Yeah.
And that's a bank robbery. That's an active bank robbery because it's theft by deception, right? So I just left jail, right?
Okay.
I went to a strip club.
Okay.
I watched two female strippers dance on stage. I took them to a room. I got a lap dance. Those two females are considered a homosexual sexual act. And now, these politicians called GOP and conservatives will cancel out my life insurance policy because I'm a member of the B in the LGBT. So what's your
I think
thoughts?
that's false. And I think that's the Democratic narrative, and that's why I don't subscribe to their subscription, because they exaggerate everything. Have you ever dated a woman? Bro, they exaggerate everything.
What's exaggerated about this?
Those two girls on the stage, they did a homosexual act, right? But are they married? All right. So that's when Obama was in place passing laws for same-sex marriage, right? And what happens there is now they subscribe to that, right? So it's on paper, it's legal. Like a lot of black people in the community are together, but they don't want to get married on paper. They don't want, it's like child support. Like, why do I want the government in our business? I love you, you love me, right? So now that, boom, they can do that act and still have valid life insurance paid off in tax-free money because they out there shaking ass to get it, right? However, when they see on their spouse female, then that's when, you know, the bank theft or whatever you're saying at that rate is going to go, right? However, I think maybe a lot behind the whole LGBTQ thing is a lot of like I think it's a reach, right? To just cancel policies on that level. That's a reach. I will say that. I wouldn't say that you're absolutely exaggerating in this standpoint, but it's still an exaggeration with your scenario. Your scenario was like, because that's why people make it seem like, oh, he's canceling Department of Education, so all these schools are going to lose funding, and it'd be like certain programs losing funding, or them just losing federal money, but still getting state money. So it's like, it's not telling the whole story, right? And that's what I find a lot of time when I'm dating women. They be so fucking sneaky, bro, and they don't like to tell the whole story. And that's how I be always telling, like, the Democratic view. Like, yo, tell me the whole story, right? And that whole story I got of that was the two girls were dancing on the stage, and it's a homosexual act, but their actual life insurance policies would not be canceled because they're probably not married, right? That's just their job. That's what they're doing. That's how they were able to pay for life insurance. But the fact that they don't have married to a female on there as their beneficiary, they're still going to actually get their life insurance, right? The ones that you really want to mention is the lesbian couple in DC that just got married. Their life insurance is going to get canceled. That would be bank theft on them, right? And that's why I said you exaggerated with the scenario of the strippers versus actually telling the real life situation of what's going on.
I don't think exaggeration is the word, because if this cup is right here, the cup is right there. It's not exaggerated. It's just uncovering the multiple aspects within that group.
That's true, but it's a real thing. So, like, for example, you could say that my health insurance is discriminatory, right? Because for my health insurance policy, I got to be married, right? Some policies, like Facebook policies, you can have a domestic partnership. You can live together, show the common bills, and get health insurance coverage, right? That's a big thing. Some people take that serious. When you file for your taxes, most serious things, right? Do you check single or married? Right? Is there really no in between there, right?
Right.
So, like, that's why I say when it comes to life insurance, you have a beneficiary in there. Their social is tied to that motherfucker. They can see whether you're married to this motherfucker or not. They can see the sex of it, right? So that's why I said it's actually a lot of time in the details. Just like black people is not going to college, black men, because they didn't pay attention to the details and see like, oh, I ain't get on probation while I was in college, so I can still apply. They just got deterred by the false information and feel like they can apply, so less black men go to college. And so it's nobody going to help them to understand, bro, you can go to college, bro. You wasn't on probation while you was getting federal money, so you can still apply, even though you're on probation right now. People, and there's nobody telling those people the right thing, right? So they just spread the fear monger and shit. That's what that type of shit does. And if that's the kid, that's why I say now we gotta backtrack shit, because Obama put that whole you can marry gay shit in place in certain states. He took us back some years, bro. They got that faster than we got hate crimes. There's still no hate crimes. You still could be like, you nigger, and there ain't gonna be no hate crime against you. Let me go say you Asian, whatever, and there's gonna be an Asian hate crime against me. That's what Obama did, rapping. Here, LGBTQ, go get married. You wanna kill Asian people? I'ma slap you with an extra 20 years. Black people, do whatever the fuck you want to.
When Obama was in office, right? For the full 8 years, where were you, in Philly or
Florida.
the entire time?
Nah, not the entire time. Florida, Philly, Jersey, a little bit of everything.
So you wasn't in Texas at all?
Not in Texas at all. But you know one beautiful thing about my last journey to Texas? It was around COVID time. I was in Philly and everything was shut down. I go to grocery stores and I'm getting cursed out. Where the fuck is your mask, you dirty mother? All this crazy shit. I go to Texas, walk right in the grocery store. Hey, how y'all doing? Boom, buy my shit and dip. The country was open, bro. We was getting money. The East Coast was scrambling. And motherfuckers that was here didn't see what the fuck I was seeing. Just how like when I was growing up, seeing shit in Texas, Philly. Like I'm seeing shit that motherfuckers here oblivious to. Oblivious.
Yeah. Well, when you travel, it's like your brain just opens up. Because when I went to Florida, I saw a Chinese dude talking Jamaican, and I was like it fucked with my head. So I believe you. Like when you travel and see things, it's like it's a spiritual development and growth, but it's like it makes you feel weird. So
it's real though.
Yeah. So let me see. You said two things in this interview, right? On one hand, it's bad to confiscate the policies from like people in the gay community. And then on the other hand, you said Obama did it, so he set us back. What does that mean?
Like I said, setting back the country, bro. Because, no, confiscate them policies. Take them shits away.
From gay people?
Yeah.
That's bank robbery.
Call it what you want, bro. Call it what you want. I promise if they doing it, it's a clause in there that's allowing them to do it. That the gay people didn't read.
So they're being tricked?
I'm saying it was business. Like if they pull up their life insurance policy and read the fine print, it's probably something in there related to the gay shit that allows them to pull it. You can't just pull it, man. Like if they pull it, you can fight it. You get what I'm saying? And that's policies at that time. But once you change the policies back to where we're not even honoring this type of fucking marriage, then moving forward, just like immigration policies should be changing moving forward. Meaning all the shit behind it ain't the same. It's changing. Same with our student aid system. All the people on these SAVE plans and shit, it will be grandfathered out. Same with old health plans. Old health plans, the people that was on those old health plans got those old health plans. United Airways, before they merged with American, the people still got them good health plans that they had before. They ain't changed that, and that's backed by unions. The unions is like, nah, you ain't changing our shit. If they ain't had no union, they would have changed that shit. So I'm saying, there's certain levels in government and jobs and corporations where shit change. You want to build a company now, right? And you want all this good to do it. What if it gets so big that you go public? You know what happens when companies go public? They change. The people that worked there for 10, 15 years growing under you is now going to see new leadership. It's the shareholders, now that it's public on the stock market, now they want money. So now the company that you thought you built, that you was going to do good with, was bought out. And that's what America does. So when anybody say, who's going to take over wealth-wise, America laughs because they always will be there to buy out. So I think it's something in the policies, and it's probably going to be something on the mental health side, because to be LGBTQ and get certain sex changes, they make them go through psychological evaluations. And so it's probably going to be something in that fine print that's going to disqualify them from life insurance policies. And if not, it'll just be a forward motion. Like, all right, if you was already gay and married, we'll acknowledge that, right? But any gay marriages moving forward, you're not insurable. Is what, and same thing if black people cause stock markets to crash. If we kept suing these fucking companies, their insurance rates will go up. All this business money they've been making, extra money because their business insurance is lower, let the black people that you violate federal laws with, civil laws, all the fucking time, actually sue. They will go bankrupt because they are doing corrupt shit that they should be in jail. Right? Yeah. And we going by our day buying shit, so busy focused on, I'm gonna go work 20 hours so I can buy you some shit. That's why we can't focus on the actual shit and take down the shit, all the shit down here, can't fuck with up here because they too busy. Scatterbrains. Can't unite.
All right, this is a funny one. It's a question. And I think we should wrap it up with this one.
Okay.
And then if you got questions or anything extra, we'll hang out for a minute, all right?
All right.
So, Michelle Obama, right? The prince demon of all the demons, right? And RuPaul, do you know them?
I know Michelle RuPaul is like a drag queen. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you are a voter, right? And you just express your beliefs, right? So, the system, when you vote, you're activating police officers and judges, right? So that's like a muscle system, right? So if RuPaul and Michelle Obama, the prince of all demons, that gets ass fucked by like 10 dudes, right? Came up to you right here and was like, hey, I believe that I have a right to take all your money out of your pocket. What would your response be?
Try me, bitch.
And then what?
That's it. They gotta try me. Let us like that's what I'm saying. Like, people can say things, right? And people a lot of times say things, right? Boom, people been talking a lot of shit about this student loan shit. Bro, I checked my shit. My loan is $89. Y'all can have
a month?
Y'all can have that $89 every fucking month. All these motherfuckers with the $1,200. What the fuck was y'all doing? What was y'all doing? Smoking crack? What the fuck? Audit them, Elon Musk. That's what the fuck I say, bro. It's not, bro. People talk crap all day, bro. All day. Try me. Actually do it, then we got something to really talk about, right? Until then, you just saying what the fuck ever. And once you take my money, you might get punched in the fucking mouth. You might get sued. It's however I'm feeling that day. But they not taking money. So people, I'm telling you, people be talking. Now, mind you, another thing too, like, go find another life insurance policy. I'm sure it might be one that's LGBTQ focused. That's a new lane, right? Build that business up. That's what I'm about. Advocate for yourself, man. I advocate for myself. Find resources.
Well, that was a good solution, because we're in a problem solution situation,
Okay.
and that right there, that's a good solution.
That's why I say, bro, like, you run for president, run for motherfucking president, right? If you think you can change the world and, like, shit not running fair for you, be the change you want to see. And that's why I say, white people, they not going to make it if the world collapse, because they don't know what to do without money. They don't know how to use their brain without the money, without using other motherfuckers.
Yeah. Well, Ray, this has been about 2.5 hours, and it's one of the most interesting conversations I've ever had. And this shit was better than Oprah. Seriously, yo. Like, Oprah don't even go this long. And we went without a commercial break. So I'm about to wrap up this live stream, and hopefully the sound came in clear. And I would like use this video to do like research and develop understandings about what's going on politically. So I thank you for your time. If you want to do an exit, shout yourself out, give your social.
Hey, I ain't put my socials on here.
Okay.
But, you know, we out here. Black Americans is really making strides for positivity, unity, especially with, you know, other blacks across the whole world. We talking about Africa, the Caribbean. It's like wherever you at worldwide. And we here to build unity, not, you know, not no tension and stuff like that. So Philly could be a way better place. I want to motivate Philly to bring their education system up to par. Like, we should not be hearing other countries being more successfully education than big cities like Philly. Philly should be on the map for that. So thanks for tuning in, y'all. Subscribe, like, comment. Give us your feedback and your thoughts. We love to hear.
Yeah, I really want this to go viral and hear people's thoughts. But it's a long-ass video. So, everybody, EJ Wiley signing out, and gotta go.